never showed me nothing but kindness. She would say, I know how sad you get. And some days I still get that way, but it gets better. It gets better. It gets better. Sweetie, it gets better, I promise you. And she'd tell me, your heart is a muscle the size of your fist. Keep on loving, keep on fighting, and hold on, and hold on. Hold on for your life. Ian built a cabin in the woods to live in. For years, terrifying noises kept him up at night with a 12 gauge under his pillow. He's living in Boston now and going to art school. I forgive him, I forgive him. Hell, I'll admit it, I'm proud of him. Serena's an architect and a carpenter. Such a feminist, she swears she isn't one. Cause goddamn, my gender shouldn't matter. Motorcycle glides through the streets of Providence, down to the warehouse district. The paint job is as stunning as her knowledge of medieval building techniques. Your heart is a muscle the size of your fist. Keep on loving, keep on fighting, and hold on, and hold on. Hold on for your life. This one goes at the shorty as he knows how to dance. Every picture book is beautiful, fuck anyone who says otherwise. Scott, I love you and you make me glad to be alive. I promise that I'm gonna pay you back. You always know how funny everything is, even when I'm so serious that it's gonna be the death of me. Like the time that our friend Chuck came over to our house, said he needed somebody to take care of his pets cause he was going out of town. I asked him where and he said New Mexico. I asked if I could get a ride. He said no, you don't want to follow me. Where is it I'm going? Backed out of the driveway. It was the last time we saw him, cause he drove straight to his parents' cabin and put a bullet in his head. Your heart is a muscle, size of your fist. Keep on loving, keep on fighting, and hold on, and hold on. Hold on for your life. Your heart is a muscle the size of your fist. Keep on loving, keep on fighting, and hold on, and hold on. Hold on for your life.
Oh shit, lights. I knew I was forgetting something. At least I got the camera set up today, right? Like that was a fucking thing. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, where's the bisexual lighting? Yeah. Oh, fucking. Oh, I need one of these days I'll wire them into the thing. Oh, Yves. Dude, this has been a fucking day. Yeah, I got it dried out, beast. Of course, I fucking tweaked my tendons. My left arm's all jacked now, too. I had to... Dude, it's a whole fucking thing. Like, mains pressure in the bathroom. But, yeah, I ended up, like, this section of my fucking arm, so my lifting is gonna be fucked for, like, probably a week. Dude, this bathroom, I'm ready to burn this fucking house to the ground. I hate this house. But residing in this house has taught me a lot of stuff. In the future, if I buy a fucking house, I know exactly what to look for. Cause, homie, I have seen some shit in this house. Shit insulation, shit stick construction, shit plastering, shit electrical, shit plumbing, just everything. Everything in this fucking house. Even the fucking the joining between the windows and the framework. Just shit. Like, there's the fucking sprinkler system in the yard. Shit. Every single fucking thing to do with this house is garbage. And so it has trained me what to look for when I house shop in the future. Electrical and structural, just move on, not with money. Yeah, I know. Trust me, I know. Boom Beer Man. Bobby, 100% what we're dealing with, guy. Yeah, dude, dude. At least I know now. At least I know. Trust me, I know. I will be an informed homeowner in the future. Anyway, so apparently I'm having a conversation with somebody today. Glazy's boy. I don't know fucking first something or other. Anyway, he hit me up earlier. Either he'll be around or he won't. Either way, we're gonna have a conversation. Fucking ANCAP guy has not hit me back. He has not hit me back. After I told him that, like, I don't believe that statists, like, all anti-statists can actually cooperate, I think he might have done some reading. Like, I think he might have looked me up finally and, like, watched some shit, right? Like, homie, no, fuck that ANCAP shit. Fuck that ANCAP shit. Like, that is not going to be a pleasant conversation. There's no way, because I'm going to say some shit. Right? I'll try and make it as pleasant as possible, but we all know what's going to happen eventually. Like, he's going to be like, you know, yeah, we can use localized capitalist methodologies or some shit. And I'm just going to be like, pump the brakes, pump the fucking brakes, homie. Right? Like, you're not a fucking anarchist. You're not an anarchist. Like, oh yeah, you know, and it would just kick off from there. So he hasn't hit me back. Do I like ANCAPs or conservatives more? Conservatives. Yeah, 100%. 100%. That's not even a fucking hesitation. Conservatives aren't trying to co-opt my shit. Like, conservatives just don't like me for who I am and my shit, right? Like, we can have the conversation. ANCAPs are trying to, like, this is the conversation, basically, right? And you're in your house. You're in your fucking house. And you come into, like, your bedroom or something, and there's some dude sitting on your bed. And you're like, excuse me? Who the fuck are you? Oh, I live here. No, you don't. What the fuck is going on? Oh no, I totally live here. No, I've lived here for ages. I'm your partner. I don't know you. Who the fuck are you? Right? Like, the conservatives are, like, marching out on your fucking front lawn saying, move out of the neighborhood. Fuck you. Get lost. We don't like you. You know, that sort of thing. All right, cool. Right? I can deal with that shit, you know, but the ANCAPs are, like, moving into your house when you're not looking, and you're like, what the fuck? Right? It's a whole other level of bullshit to deal with. What's up, Bonk? Chud Logic asking fucking Scott why he wants 13-year-old strippers was hilarious. He does. ANCAPs want that shit. ANCAPs want that shit. Dude, they're creepy as fuck. I know how serious you take not letting other people on your bed. I'll have a story hopefully on Monday for you, Kaiser. We'll have some DGen story time coming up soon, hopefully. I have a Dropbox. Let me add you in a bit. I'll shoot you a message later on Discord. Hi, Bobby. You hate the state because it regulates industry. I hate the state because it's inherently oppressive. We are not the same. Truth. Fucking truth. Fucking truth. Kai, you seen fucking Scott debate with Big Papa Fascist Keck? No, I don't watch that shit. Boom. I don't watch that shit. I got better things to do, like repair my bathroom and shit, right? I got like real world touch grass shit to do. I don't have time to fucking deal with Scott wanting to diddle fucking 13-year-olds and fucking sell babies and shit like that. Look, I'm not saying Scott is a fucking pedophile, hebephile, but his ideology supports it. That's what I'm saying. So I'm not accusing him personally. I'm accusing the ideology he supports and promotes. So fuck that shit. All right, Bobby, do what you gotta do. What's up, Fire? In 10. Oh, he's gonna be on the air too. All right. fucking, he asked. He's the one, right? He's the one who asked. So credit where credit's due. This guy already has fucking like street cred with me just by asking me if he can fucking stream as well. God damn. If there's grass in your bathroom, things are significantly worse than you let on. Yeah, like there almost was, dude. I'm not kidding you, dude. We were talking mains pressure, fucking flying out of the wall, right? And I had to walk away from it. I had to fucking leave, go to the garage, get outside, get to the curb, pop that fucking panel, and get the valve turned off. Do you know how much water flows out of a pipe in your house? I think a 1/4 inch. No, it wouldn't be a 1/4 inch. It'd be a 3/8. Fucking, you know, off mains pressure in a minute and 15 seconds, right? Something like that. Minute 20. Dude, that's a lot of fucking water. It's a lot of fucking water. Everything was wet. Dude, that fucking bathroom was fucking flooded. Oh, pain in my ass. Oh, no. The shutoff fucked. The shutoff fucked, Beast. The shutoff absolutely fucked. Yeah. The shutoff was just garbage. Yeah. It ruptured at the at the valve. It ruptured at the fucking, at the like, would be a right-angled valve or whatever the fuck we were gonna call that shit. Yeah, an L valve. I don't know what the fuck we call that shit, but either way, yeah, it ruptured at the valve. Quite a bit. I hit a water sprinkler with a forklift. I was drenched and miserable. Yep, punk knows. Makes me worry about the rest of your plumbing, though. Oh, no, Beast, this fucking house is garbage. This house is garbage. The plumbing is garbage. The fucking electrical is garbage. Dude, the fucking outlet in one of the outlets in the garage, I'm not kidding you, it stopped working. I fucking popped the panel. You know, I killed the panel and I popped the fucking the outlet cover. Dude, the wire in the back had corroded and burned out. Like, luckily, it, like, the plastic melted around the brass contacts in the outlet structure, and it, like, fell out the side. It could have, dude, it could have fucking burned this house to the ground. Like, I was like, Jesus goddamn Christ. Yeah, it was one of the fucking, yeah, dude, this house is garbage. Yo, we gotta fucking this angle a little bit. I don't fucking know. You know what? I don't care anymore. How old is the house? About 50 years old. We're going like 48, 50. Something in that territory. Oh, Beast, you should. The amount of work I put into that fucking shit after that, trust me, yeah. Don't worry, man. Don't worry. As I find the problems, I rectify them, but, you know. What's up, Fresh? Dump into voice chat on the Discord server, and I'll move you on air. And this wasn't working the other day. I want to just check this really quickly. Yes. And it'd be that one. And it would be, oh jeez, I have so many now. It would be on, give me an, seriously? Oh, that's the invite channel. No, I want a voice widget. That's what I want. All right, just make sure this shit works. Give me 1 sec, Fresh. I see you there. I just want to verify something really quickly for myself. All right. There's that. There's that. There's that. Okay, it works. I don't know why it wasn't working for Zomboid the other night, but I'll fucking check it.
There we go. Wait, can you try again? I had your stream on.
Yeah. Just count to 5 for me so I can get your voice check in while we're doing it.
Sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Cool. I think that should be
all
good.
right, hold on. Give me 1 second. Let me flip some stuff over on my screen, and then we're good here. All right. I'm here. I appreciate you talking to me.
You know, you fucking, at least you weren't afraid like the end cap that wanted to do the interview.
Oh, that was the podcast guy, right?
Yeah. Yeah. He's associated with some like Libertarian Institute radio host as well.
Oh.
Yeah, like, you know, we backstop people, right? Fucking gonna see what the fuck is up, right? Who the fuck are you? And yeah, like he sent me a friend request just like out of nowhere. Like he came into the server, didn't pass the welcome screen, sent me a friend request, and I just DM'd the dude after, you know, he was checked out. And I'm like, homie, I don't just accept friend requests. Like, what you need? And he's like, podcast, I want to explain, blah, blah, blah. And he said, I believe the path forward is all anti-state individuals, whether left or right wing, putting down the hatred for each other and working together to achieve some sort of world that we would like to live in. I said, I believe the left-right paradigm is being able to coordinate and work together. I don't believe that all anti-state philosophies are compatible, because I knew at that point he was an ANCAP, right? And it's like, just because you hate the state doesn't mean you're not going to recreate the state. So I've got 12 hours. I got 12 hours of material on YouTube dissecting right-wing libertarian and so-called anarcho-capitalist theory. All right, back to fucking like Mises, von Mises, and Hayek, and Nozick, and fucking Rothbard, and fucking the latest Hans Hermann Hoppe psychopath, that ethno-state fascist piece of crap that he is. Yeah, it's like I will happily have a conversation with a lot of fucking people, up to and including actual fascists, but I don't talk to ANCAPs usually. They operate in bad faith.
There was a lot of what you just said that I don't understand. I'm not like huge into all of the theory and stuff. I haven't read all of the books. So a lot of like
names, those names are essentially okay. So von Mises and Hayek are economists of a particular bent. They're anti-empiricist. Von Mises and Hayek basically put forth let's just say a hypothesis, and they maintain that no amount of data can refute their theorems. And so like fundamentally the underpinnings that's
anti-intellectual.
Yeah, it's literally anti-empiricism. And so like when you talk about like right-wing libertarianism and so-called anarcho-capitalism, it is founded upon von Mises and Hayek's theorems, and they are 100% anti-empiricism, anti-science. And so you like, that's your starting position, right? Like that's where you start. They believe in natural law. They believe in praxeology. It's crazy. And then it just gets crazier as you move some of these iterations. Like Rothbard is the one who Rothbard had a lot to do with like capturing the term libertarian that used to mean something else and turning it into what it means in America. He's also the one that created the term anarcho-capitalist, and he admitted it's bad faith. Right? We are doing it intentionally to move into a sphere of influence. And he straight up admitted that like anybody who understands the etymological or historical context of anarchism understands that we aren't anarchists, right? Meanwhile, they keep running with the program. And Hans Hermann Hoppe is professor emeritus of economics at University of Las Vegas, actually. He's a fucking local, and he's exactly what you would expect from somebody with the name of like Hans Hermann Hoppe. He is a fucking raging German white dude who is like the leading theorist in modern right-wing libertarianism and so-called anarcho-capitalism. And he's got some insane speeches where he talks about why Europe shouldn't allow immigrants from Africa because it'll lower the IQ.
Oh, that seems like pretty wild. Holy shit.
So here's your heads up. If you ever encounter Fabian Liberty, Scott, right? You'll see.
I've talked to him a couple times.
He's a hoppist. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's actually Hoppian, but I like to do hoppist because it annoys them. He ascribes to Hoppian philosophy. If you actually get him into a corner off air and like talk to him, he'll straight up tell you that, yeah, he's a Hoppian. So like,
okay.
Yeah, ethno-state fascism, basically, with capitalist overtones.
Yeah, I haven't like talked to him on like serious issues of like that, mostly because all my interactions and him would be on like debate panels. I haven't really followed him on anything else, but okay, that's good to know for the future.
Yeah, there's your heads up. And if you ever need any material, like I said, I got 12 fucking hours on YouTube and a playlist.
Oh, I'm gonna have to figure out how to spend the little time that I have trying to figure out some of this stuff, because I would say you are like heads and shoulders and like miles ahead of me in any of this reading and understanding this stuff.
Yeah, to quote unquote.
Yeah,
sure.
I know this is kind of weird. Can I like introduce myself, just because I don't know if your audience knows who I am?
I think we do, but either way, by all means, introduce yourself.
Sure. For those of you who don't know, I am Fresh Faces New Ideas. I consider myself a Bernie bro. Whatever the political bent of that is I think it's a democratic socialism. That's what I ascribe to. I generally stream on Mondays, and I try to do it during the rest of the week at 7:30 to 9 EST.
Do you have your
weekend streams occasionally?
Do you have your schedule up on your Twitch page?
I do have it. I keep it on my Discord and on my Twitter.
Cool.
Because it varies each week based on if the IRL politics stuff that I do intervenes with it, how I'm feeling, or what time I'm spending with my girlfriend. So usually it's Mondays, but I usually try to keep it up as it's either on my Discord or it's you can find me on Twitch at Faces Ideas, and that I usually put it up whenever I'm changing.
We dropped your link in chat. We got you a shout out. So Faces Twitter link is there as well. Let me throw you a follow. Here we go. I'm from Vermont originally, so I like old school Bernie. I miss him.
Oh,
I miss him.
Look, I'm gonna miss him a lot when he's gone, because I don't know who's gonna carry that torch.
No one.
No, it's unfortunate. But it doesn't seem to be somebody. But yeah, that's so. When I came onto this, the way that I got invited to this was I was talking about anarchism in a way that I don't see, at least how I understand anarchism, how it is capable of solving some of the broader problems that we're currently dealing with. Like, for example,
I was going to say, throw me something.
Change.
Oh, okay.
And then there was the smaller Twitter beef that I saw about just how it would deal with a pandemic. And to me, the reason I think that Fetterman is definitely Fetterman is one of the guys that I'm like really pulling for as well. The idea of like how to deal with these things, and to me, because of the way I think of anarchism, is it's like without a central structure, and I'm not entirely sure how you deal with those issues without the existence of like some type of overarching central structure.
Here's where I have to start having. Okay, so there's a couple of different topics there, right? So let's set COVID aside. We'll circle back around. And let's start with climate change, right? Because that was top of your list, right? There is no big idea. There is no big idea. Climatological, like anthropogenically driven climate change is not going to be solved by a singular thing, right? I think we can all come to that conclusion at this point.
Right, it's going to be a global. There's no like one system that can fix it.
Yeah, there is no centralized structure that can address anthropogenically driven climate change, because it requires literally a ground up methodology to change, right? Human behavior needs to change. And I mean, if you want to talk to somebody like fucking Has, he's mid psychotic break right now, but if you want to talk to like, centralizing authoritarian communists or, fascists or that sort of thing, they would argue that their centralized structure could fix it. Because they'll, jackboot thug their way into fixing people. But if we leave them out of the conversation, I think most of us would be happy to do that. Essentially what you're dealing with is a distributed topology anyway. You're looking at a grassroots campaign anyway. Welcome to this is fundamentally where anarchism works, right? This is just our bread and butter. So like, let me do an analogy. It's not a direct one-to-one, but I think I can get the point across. Hunger, feeding people, right? It's a problem. Food waste,
yes.
Feeding people, right? A lot of organizations attempt to tackle this. One of the most successful organizations that I've ever seen tackle this is Food Not Bombs. They have zero centralized structure. They are a completely hierarchically driven or anarchistically organized structure. They operate in 100+ odd countries. I think what we're up to is like $1.32 or something like that. They notoriously work off of donations and or dumpster diving. They recapture food waste, and they provide more often than not healthful vegan meals to anybody who rocks up and wants them. And they utilize that as a methodology to engage in a form of praxis that allows them have a conversation as equals with people. Right? They haven't solved global hunger, but you know what? They've probably put out several million meals. All right. So they've done more than a lot of organizations that do attempt to feed people. And they work on a global scale, but they all work hierarchically, locally, without any centralized structure. So that sort of methodology is easily transferable into other things, such as communal gardening, such as localized transport systems. You can X, Y, and Z it. Because the fact of the matter is, as far as climate change goes, we're going to need hierarchically driven systems. You can't count on that centralized structure, because we already know with a let's go with like neoliberal hyper-capitalist methodology run amok, right? You got fucking oligarchical globalists that are, have more money than fucking kings used to even dream of. The power of the state combined with the power of the, truly wealthy elite allows for a manipulation of those centralized systems, even decentralized systems, because we talk about topology a lot on this channel, because anarchism is okay, let me back up. 3 stages of topology: centralized, decentralized, distributed. You're familiar?
Kind of. But wait, there's something. Can I push back on this? Because
yeah.
I do think that there is the ability for a centralized system to have an effect in this.
They can have an effect, but, right, but it's the ability to corrupt that effect that is the problem.
It's ability. I'm sorry, you
it's
cut out a little.
It's the ability to corrupt that effect that's the problem. The centralized structure has a fundamental fatal flaw. And we've seen it time and again when dealing with tobacco companies back in the day, or the petrochemical industry, or the military-industrial complex. Those centralized structures are a single target attack system.
Yes. No, I agree that, and that's an issue. And I do think that one of the ways to actually push for at least the centralized structure in this way to function correctly in the way that it deals with this is kind of twofold. One, it is the hope that they manage to the neoliberal part gets beaten back a little bit in 22, and we get 1 or 2 more senators in which we can actually pass some type of climate legislation, or that they manage to at least do an executive order where they create some of the incentives for the actual capitalist system in itself to create their own green lobbyists. This is actually something that there's kind of a hope for, because the largest energy auction just took place, and it was buying wind farms off of New Jersey. And that with people putting that type of investment in, at least that way there is a hope that some of it will actually kind of steer a little of the corruption into a more profitable industry. Which I'm not saying is the ideal solution, but I'm saying it is a possible massive solution that could help us in a way that kind of the grassroots wouldn't have the same type of effect.
Cupcake, who's probably due on this channel, it's a fucking thing. It's not going to happen anytime soon. The fact of the matter is that we needed to start 50 years ago. So
I agree.
The grassroots solution happens today. And so as far as like ordo consendai or prioritization lists go, I think on the prioritization list, the grassroots distributed methodology should be at the top of our thing. As far as anarchism goes, I tell anarchists 51% of what you do is education. 50% of what you do is education. 49% of what you do is direct action. 1% of what you do is voting. Right? Don't abstain. Don't go Emma Goldman, because localized election and regional elections are probably the more important thing that one of the more important things you can address as far as like down ticket voting. Right? Federalized elections are fucking garbage. I'm sorry, they are. They're garbage, and they've been garbage my entire lifetime. May I ask, how old are you?
I'm 29.
Well, okay, a little old enough to have had some hope beaten out of you at least.
Look, I I voted for Obama the second time. I thought Bernie was gonna win. Nevada 2020 was like the last time I was happy.
It's by the way, the locals. I live in Vegas. It's Nevada. They're very particular about it.
Oh, okay.
I'm from.
You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, I'm from Vermont originally. My original pronunciation was Nevada as well, because Nevada sounds fucking southern, but they're very particular, and candidates get raked over the coals when they come here and they say Nevada. It's one of those things. Nevadans are very particular about it for some reason. I have no idea why. But yeah, I just think that, like, okay, sure, maybe that could help, and if it can help, let's not discount it. But as far as like the more effective solutions that are tangible now and can actually change things for people on the ground, like as far as I tell anarchists all the time, right? Like, go make a sandwich. Because I've had the disillusioned come to me a lot. Like, how do you even maintain it? Like, I don't know what to, people get lost in the big problems. You can't do that. That's not how that works. You're not Jeff Bezos, right? You're not Bill Gates. You don't have that kind of power within the system. You're a node in a network. So understand that you have nodal power within a network and start operating that way. Understand cybernetic theory. Understand topological management, right? Start grasping these concepts and go fucking make a sandwich, because you may not be able to change the life of that dude on the corner, but you know what? You can make sure he doesn't go hungry tonight. And that is an ethical and moral win. So, like, that's how I approach a lot of those sorts of topics. Is that, yeah, maybe that stuff can work. And maybe we were talking about anthropogenically driven climate change and technological solutions last night, actually, on the After Dark show. And I'm a technologist, dude. My mom put me in front of a mainframe terminal at age 4. I spent my life in IT. I am a through and through technologist. I'm a transhumanist, not the weird eugenics kind, just the kind of like, give me some cool tech so I can hook it up kind. I'm not, I'm not putting money on that fucking number on the roulette wheel, for sure. I'm not putting money down on that. I don't think we can technologize our way through it. And even if we do, that's going to act as a great filter, and probably the really wealthy and and elites of our society are going to be the ones to pass through that filter. And I don't find that ethically satisfying. So I would much rather advocate for a system that I've seen historically and contemporarily can contextually support people. Right, during the Spanish Civil War, during the whole Franco bullshit, right? 50% of agriculture and industry in Spain during the Spanish Civil War is being produced by anarchistic communes. Right, like they were literally supporting half of the country in the middle of the Civil War. Right, and not just not just fucking growing vegetables, though they were growing vegetables and raising animals. They were providing the fucking gear too, right? They were building. And so, like, this is something anarchists are notoriously, historically, and contemporarily both very good at, right? The anarchistic Republic of Castile lasted for 375 years in between the Papal States and, which I always forget which Italian empire it was. Either way, they outcompeted them economically to the point where the Papal States, literally encircled Castile and forced them to surrender their sovereignty because they were outcompeting them economically. And they're like a strip of land a few miles in size, right? When the Jewish population within Italy was being persecuted by the Catholic Church, where did the Jews all flee to? They fled to Castile because they were welcome there, because the anarchists didn't give a shit. They're like, well, whatever, come on. You can live with us and be productive. We'll fucking build some shit, right? Trumbleplex outside of Detroit successfully has been interfacing with the capitalist modality since, I don't know what they're up to now, 27, 28 years, something like that, maybe even more. Jeez, fuck, I'm old. Either way, they've got residences on site, they've got their own internet, they've got their own library, they've got their own artistic space, performance space, all of that sort of stuff. They do food production on site, and they successfully interface with the capitalist society surrounding them. So while Detroit was crumbling around them, Trumbleplex was just kind of chugging along, because it doesn't affect anarchist methods of operation. So, like, I've been doing this a long time. Like, I started in the streets And then I about like age 28, 29, I started like doing the like, okay, if I'm gonna really do this, I need to know what's underpinning it, right? Spent a bunch of fucking years becoming a theory head on top of that. I'm not like a lot of these fuckers online, right? Like, I'm not grifting. I actually do believe the shit I say, crazy as it is, right? I'm an actual true blue believer. And it's not because of like an identity wrapped up within it. It's not an aesthetic. It's functionality. The proof of the pudding is in the eating, and I've eaten that pudding several times, right? I've operated with, you know, hierarchically organized operations and worker-driven co-ops and those sorts of things that are all part and parcel with the anarchist milieu and the anarchist theories. So when it comes to big problems, I don't see them as necessarily big problems because I'm used to like code switching between micro and macrocosmic scale. And that's just something anarchists do all the time because the network is the macrocosm, but the node is the microcosm. And the empowerment and creation of the network is done through the empowerment of the autonomy of the individual. And so, as you know, as a technologist, I understand this inherently as well. I've done network engineering. I understand cybernetic theorism, right? Like, I understand the power of a distributed network. I understand its resiliency. And I also, you know, I've seen the studies and I've read and partaken, like, you know, the DoD has studied this. The British Architectural Association has studied this as far as worker-driven, hierarchically organized architectural firms versus centralized hierarchical. And they're more productive. They have higher happiness rates. They have higher resiliency rates. They have higher client success rates. Like across the board, this is a better method to operate and organize around. It's also much harder to disrupt, which when we're talking about these sorts of big scale issues, is kind of a thing. Because let's face it, you know, we could look back at what the tobacco industry, for example, right? We know, look at the Black Panthers. Look at Fred Hampton. Take your fucking pick. Look at Nixon and the anti-war protesters, right? The system will do anything to maintain the power base, right? To maintain the status quo. That's why those police exist, after all. And we have the documents from the state to tell you who they're actually afraid of and who they're truly confused by. I read the other night the ADA Challenge. It's not the American Disabilities Act. It's the Anarchist Direct Action Challenge for Law Enforcement document. It's a hilarious read. Even law enforcement doesn't understand how anarchists truly operate. It's, let's see, infiltration is made more difficult by the communal nature of the lifestyle and the extensive knowledge held by many anarchists, which require a considerable amount of study to acquire. Therefore, it does not require much money to facilitate subsistence and travel. Little is known of the financing structure for that kind of work. The nature of the movement's suspicion and operational security enhancements makes infiltration difficult and time-consuming, and few agencies are able to commit to operations that require years of upfront work for getting into one, especially given shrinking budgets and increased demands for attention to other issues. So, like, we already know as anarchists that, like, our methodology not only is effective from a productive standpoint, a communal standpoint, an ethical standpoint, we also know it's effective as far as undermining statist infiltration goes. Because the state has told us straight up it is. So, like, this is a thing that works. And the way I would encourage you to look at, approach, and learn about anarchism, it's a lens of analysis and a tool belt, right? Don't look at it any other way. A lot of anarchists would tell you one way to this, and this, right? Think of a fucking toolbox and a way of looking at things. Anarchism provides you a methodology to analyze your world around you, and then it gives you a series of tools from which you can draw. So if you've got a screwdriver, use a screw. If you've got a screw, use a screwdriver, right? Don't be fucking hammering a screw in, which is what a lot of people attempt to do within like statist hierarchical structures, right? Oh, well, if we get the right representative in, then maybe we can pass the legislation. It's like, yeah, but what you were talking about was food insecurity in your local community. Why don't you just directly address the food insecurity in your local community instead? That seems like a far more direct, better, and controllable solution to me than trying to reform a system that's going to resent and attempt to repel you at every turn.
Okay. I mean, that makes sense. That argument does make sense. So, can I ask then what, before we get onto the COVID issue, what do you think has been kind of like holding this movement back? Is it the fact that it's just generally the system it's fighting against, or it's that the messengers aren't good enough, or that the effective messengers aren't showing, like you were talking about, city-state that lasted for 3 centuries? What is the issue that's not allowing this to basically flourish in a way where it can encompass more than kind of like an absurd
No, okay, yeah, correct. Okay, so 2 things. One, the 3 tent poles. It's an essay I wrote, and it's worth reading. Somebody put the link in chat so you can grab it. You need to read the tent poles essay. It's not long, but fundamentally, there's a couple of things working against, but also there's a contextual. Thank you, Wither. Grab that. The 3 tent poles of American oppression. So there's a couple of things. One, it actually has been successful. See, that's the thing, is the Westerners, developed nations, people who grow up in hierarchical power structures, they have these weird definitions of success, right? Like, he's not successful. Why? Because he doesn't own 3 BMWs? Right? Like, that's that one. I want to challenge the definitional set of success that you're utilizing. It has been successful, just not in the way that most people who are used to statist structures would define success. 2, there have been setbacks and losses. Fundamentally, what you're dealing with is we are the antithesis of statist structures, right? When it comes to authoritarianism, the cure is anarchism. And so we are constantly embattled with groups that are completely and utterly willing to put a bullet in the back of our head. Historically speaking, we actually have more beef with communists than we do with capitalists. Communists have killed more.
Oh no, I absolutely understand that. That is a very
communists have killed more anarchists than capitalists have. Like, the body count on their side is far higher.
I know the idea that like different groups fight each other rather than fighting like the fascist always allow the fascists to win.
So we are the cure to authoritarianism. So the authoritarians are the ones who are always willing to go jackbooted thug on you, right? Like, they're always willing to fucking just crack skulls. 2, we have been successful, just not in the ways that traditional society would define. And 3, the thing that was holding us back the most would be this thing that's holding everyone back the most, which harkens back to that 3 tent poles of oppression. The 3 tent poles of oppression are a poverty of philosophy, a financial hamster wheel, and the police state. So the poverty of philosophy, not the Proudhonian, Marxian, back and forth. If you're not a theory head, so you're probably not familiar. Either way, poverty of philosophy is my usage of a term, a phrase that hasn't been in vogue for a very long time. But essentially what it is you were denied the tools of analysis. You were denied the tools of knowledge. You were denied the tools of theory, of philosophy. You were denied the tools necessary to you to truly comprehend, understand, dismantle, and replace the hierarchical and authoritative structures within society. Why? Because it's rare that the authoritarian who controls your life is going to give you the tools necessary to topple them, right? Teachers don't tell you how to undermine teachers. Your parents don't tell you how to undermine them. That's not how authoritarianism works. So people have been denied those tools, and that's the poverty of philosophy. It's you speak to a person's experiences, right? Rhetorically speaking, if you cannot speak to somebody's experiences, then you cannot speak to that person because they have no context. Plato's cave theory, right? So without those tools of understanding, then essentially we don't speak the same language. Now, those have been denied to you through a variety of social manipulations. You could go back to the sort of like John Taylor Gatto level of our educational system is built off the Prussian regimentation system in combination with a series of rich eugenicists. That's sort of the foundation of the American public educational system is let's create dumb workers who are ready to go off and die for us. Like that's what it's based upon. And so you have that sort of system that is constructed that way. And then you have the Madison Avenue, Edward Bernays methodology of propagandization and inundation from, day one, literally. And then, your entirety of your life. You met that with the financial hamster wheel. Right? Most people don't have the time. I've been incredibly lucky in my life to have had a very strange upbringing and a lot of downtime and lax time due to my particular early start in IT. I was doing custom programming by age 14, right? Like I had a leg up. And so I had a lot of time to sit back, study, get involved, do these sorts of things, X, Y, and Z. Most people are caught on the financial hamster wheel, right? You're working 1, 2, 3 jobs just to try and survive and scrape by in this society. You don't have time to sit down and here, I'm going to just hold up on fucking screen, right? Here's property is theft. Here's Proudhon, right? Here's Marshall. Here's Demanding the Impossible. That's just 2 books, right? Like that's just 2 books. Most people don't have the time, and again, hearkening back to the poverty of philosophy, they don't have the tools necessary to even comprehend a lot of it. Even if they were to have the time to sit down and read, Proudhonian fucking theory, why is property theft? What is this about? What is the differentiation between personal, private, and public? How does this, where is it born from? What is the Lockean proviso? Hell, who is Locke even, right? So they don't have that time to do that because they are captured within a coercive, oppressive, economic system that keeps them on that hamster wheel. And as far as the essay goes, the hypothetical that I grant, I said, now let's just pretend that there's a magic wand or a fairy can give you, a genie can grant you a wish. And we magically erase the poverty of philosophy and the financial hamster wheel. And everybody has the tools necessary to understand how they're getting fucked and who they're getting fucked by. And they're able to garner further tools and understanding, right? You haven't done anything about the police state. And as a protester, I was an Occupy organizer, right? And I've been in the street. I've done shit. Trust me, right? The first people that show up are the cops. The first fucking people that show up are the cops, right? I've been there at an organizing meeting where a dude in a painter's fucking uniform with thousands of dollars of DSLR gear and a telephoto lens is literally just walking around the circle of organizers, taking close-up shots of our faces and shit like that, right? I've been there for that stuff. And as a student of history, I also, Pinkertons, COINTELPRO, MLK, take your fucking pick. The Wilson administration is responsible, by the way, for the public thinking anarchy means chaos. That starts with the Wilson administration and a series of anti-communist, anti-socialist, and anti-anarchist pamphlets that they spread around. That's the origin point of anarchy meaning chaos. And in fact, it actually means anarchos is derived from Greek. It's an without archos rulers. Prior to that, nobody had this concept of anarchy meaning chaos. It was just a rulerless methodology that goes back to indigenous societies even. And so propaganda is a bitch. And so that's just sort of what we're dealing with there on that final tentpole is that we live within a police state. And if you happen to know a person from a marginalized community or a person of color, chances are they can further enlighten you as to the nature of our police state and exactly how disruptive it can be as far as organizing attempts and efforts go. And so that is sort of how I would contextualize and answer that question in a broad scheme. I would say, 1, we have been successful. 2, in the instances where we haven't been successful, we've been up against the USSR, we've been up against the United States military, we've been up against the British Empire, we've been up against the fucking China, we've been up against China, we've been up against Korea, we've been up against these sorts of entities that, okay, so maybe we lost, right? Nestor Makhno in Ukraine lost to Lenin after a while, but he held his own for a long stretch. But how many other ideologies fucking got their skulls kicked in by that as well, right? Like, so it's like sort of an unfair playing field to even roll that one out. And then third point is that the things that are holding us back are holding everybody back. Later, Kibot.
Okay. I mean, that's a lot. There was, you have a lot of information. You're like, it's been a while since I've had a conversation with somebody who is in a world that is just like heads and shoulders above where I was sitting. Just from experience wise. But no, I do understand and I agree with what you're talking about, especially, when you're talking about the inability to have the tools, the inability to have, to deal with the police state, things like that are like, agree. No, I agree and I understand, because I think a lot of the issues that you were describing, you can find other ideologies making the same argument. Very often, like, people, when they ascribe things to, like, socialism, they don't know what the fuck they're talking about. Yes. Or it's very similar. It's kind of like a similar ideology issue where you're not giving the tools to understand what you're.
I don't know how many times I've had to explain to somebody that socializing and socialism are not the same thing. Socializing a cost is not the same as socialism.
No, it's very like, no, I do agree with that. And no, I think you have a lot more historical accuracies, a lot more just broader ideology, and I wish I had more time to spend to at least follow more of these streams, if not to spend some time doing readings to at least get closer to your level. Because a lot of times I don't try to get into philosophical arguments when I'm talking to people. It's mostly arguing the issues for like data and stuff. So like I haven't really had like this is probably the closest thing I've gotten to like a philosophical argument, and this isn't even an argument because it's essentially a child fighting a giant.
Well, it's not even, it is, as far as a rhetorician is concerned, this is an argument. You and I are having a two-way street and it's not combative, so it's not a fight. So as far as a rhetorician is concerned, this is a productive conversation.
Well, this is good. This is like a good thing for me to learn a lot of this. So the other thing I brought up was COVID. Now, the argument I've seen,
great job with that one.
I actually think one of the best things that came out of COVID is the fact that it has showed that every single one of our systems are flawed. On every single level, we had systemic failures, and that shows that there has to be change. Like, that going back is not the answer, because there was systemic failures all across the board, and it reviewed all of them. Whether we learn from those or not, which we clearly kind of haven't.
I'm going to go with not.
We just had one of the strangest updates I've ever seen, which was like that the Biden administration cannot afford to purchase fourth booster shots.
We always got tanks. We always got bombs and bullet money. Though.
Like literally, and it's not like COVID is currently spiking.
This is the argument.
Frustrating with that. No, I agree. For that, but like, so the reason I bring this up partly is because the argument that I saw, and now because I've certainly lost a lot of my time when I started working. The argument there was a couple of I think they were anarchists on Twitter. Their argument was basically that the way to solve like medicine problems in an anarchist solution is basically just learn how to make medicine and create your own small like shops in each commune type of thing. It was like an incredibly thing that basically is like, if you don't have somebody smart enough to do this, you're fucked.
Okay, so so this is where the technologist in me is more capable of answering this question than a lot of anarchists. because a lot of fucking anarchists just don't understand cybernetic theory. And you're going to hear me mention that a few times. Cybernetic theory is an umbrella term for a series of fields of study. Most people hear cybernetics and they're like robot prosthetics. It's not what cybernetic theory is about. But this is where the technologist in me comes out to bear. Are you aware of the Open Insulin Project?
The Open Insulin Project?
Uh-huh.
No, I'm not aware.
Okay, you need to look it up. First off, you need to know about these people, just so you know about these people. Are you aware? Are you familiar with, like, I don't know, your technological, like, I don't know your technological literacy level, but do you understand open source?
Yeah, it allows like anyone to work with it, right?
Okay. Do you understand that the internet is basically driven by open source technologies? The platforms that we're running on and operating right now, even though they're proprietarily run corporate platforms, are all based on open source technologies. All of that open source technology was built with a basically communistically driven profit incentive, i.e. none. All of it was done hierarchically, therefore ANCOM, right? It is done of the community in a distributed fashion for the good and creation of the project at people's own pacing and volition. The Open Insulin Project is a project being done by a series of biochemists and bioengineers to create a modern, pharmacologically standardized, open-sourced insulin project. Then, once they are done and they have their testing set, they are going to release the entirety of the project open source to the world. Therefore, the difficult work has been done. They will have a materials list, they will have a formulary, they will have a procedures list. Therefore, any isolated group in the world that can at least get their hands on the equipment and have somebody who understands the process at least can grow essentially their own insulin for their community. So this is my answer, is that in fact open source technologies have already answered the COVID issue. And we operate within, open source technologies operate within the medical sphere all the time. There's tons of open source medical projects. And in fact, there was initially work on an open source COVID project. And the open source technologies don't have to be solely the work of like a couple of hackers in a garage anywhere, right? There's an MIT open source license. There's a Berkeley software development license, right? The universities and like hallowed halls of learning and education can get in on these processes as well. You don't have to, you can have clusters of nodes in a distributed network that are associated with each other that are integrated into that distributed network as well. It's the overall tonality and organization of that network that matters. And centralizing through hierarchically and capitalistically driven pharmacology companies is an issue because they wall off their technology. And so, like, that's the answer. The anarchist answer is open source technologies, and the proof of the eating of the pudding in that one is us communicating the way we are right now. Right? I'm looking at an OBS panel right now. The thing driving all of this is open source. The protocols underneath it are all open source. Right? Like that's what built our modern world, was a series of technologists that said, yeah, I don't need to get paid. I just want to create this product. I just want to create this thing because let's create this thing. And they self-organize, they self-produce, and we have products that make billion-dollar entities billions of dollars because of the power of those products.
Okay. No, that does make sense. So then I have a question. The currently the COVID cure that they're working on with the military, is that one considered open source then? The soccer ball one that's supposed to be able to handle
I don't know
24 different variants?
Is it open source?
I don't think I ever remember seeing anything on it either way.
Let's see. Military COVID vaccine. Let me check. Let me just check. No, it is not. It does not look like it. Though if it is being if it's being developed by the government, there are clauses in place that will cause them to, they can't turn it into proprietary technology. So essentially they can't issue a patent for it. What they can do is treat it as a national security issue for a number of years and protect it that way. They can classify it as like a governmental secret, national security issue, and they can protect the technology that way for a number of years. But fundamentally, they can't copyright or patent it. Because if it is developed in-house using government funds, then yeah, it belongs to the people, and there's a series of laws that classify that. But it isn't open source, no.
All right. Well, to be honest, I ran out of things to talk about very quickly. I think you certainly have answered everything in a way that I find satisfactory. In a way that I don't find any inconsistencies with what you've said.
Do you want some homework?
I certainly. Do I want homework?
Yeah, it's just some reading. Just some reading.
Besides the article you already sent me.
Yeah. I'll give you where you want to start. If you want, fucking usually over here. The Government of No One by Ruth Kinna, Kinna. The Government of No One. It's a very good primer. If you want something shorter than that, but Ruth will get you basically, will explain historical context. She'll explain like topological issues. She'll explain like intersectionality. She'll explain some of the personalities and authors behind. So it's a really good primer for people. It's about yay thick. It's not too bad. A few hundred pages. You can work through it in your own time. But it's a good starting place.
All right, I will try to get around to that. There's a lot of
I know. Trust me.
Really
my reading list is a mile long, man.
Yeah, and as somebody who doesn't even have time for like, as a guy who really likes fantasy, hearing that one of my famous fantasy authors has 5 new books coming out because of the pandemic, I'm super excited for that. I gotta figure out time to read this in my 1 hour free time a day.
Oh, that's a thing. I summed up the 10 polls essay for you pretty effectively. You don't necessarily need to read it. I do have other essays on that website if you want to avail yourself of them. The origins of and problems with modern policing is always good ammunition, and it's not necessarily anarchistic. It's just a fucking a really good walkthrough of the sort of the history and how it came to be and bear. And is useful for anybody who's dealing with that side of authoritarianism in our society.
Okay. All right. I'll do my best to do this. I'm certainly going to try to tune in for the next stream. Obviously, the 3-hour gap is.
The VODs always go up on YouTube. So.
And the YouTube is.
YouTube.com/C/Proudly Radical. Yep.
Okay, hold on. The YouTube load, and then I can pull it up.
It should be there. Yeah, the VODs always go up, and there's one-off segments. There's theory reading we're working on building out there. There's content. So, yeah. I
really appreciate you taking the time to talk to me. I found this very enlightening. Your community is very welcoming, and I hope you guys have a good night, and maybe we'll talk again in the future.
Yeah, like I said, you're on the Discord. If you've got questions, if you do start reading, or you're just like, hey, what would X, Y, and Z, dude, somebody's always around to answer, or that sort of thing. So, yeah. Thanks for stopping by.
All right, man. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, take care of yourself, man. Catch you later. Fresh faces, new ideas, everyone. Go follow them if you haven't already. Let's do a new shout out here. I think that's that. It was a pleasant conversation. What is this? Okay, cool. Anyway. Oh, yeah. Good dude. Well done, Glazy. Yes, good, Glazy. Thank you. It was good content. And it's good to educate one of the Bernie bros that, like, you know, it's like, isn't anarchism X, Y, and Z? Like, you know, let's catch them up. Let's catch them up. They need to know that we're compatible. If only the ANCAP would have this productive of a combo. I mean, no. Yeah, Kat. Yeah, I just spent, what, an hour talking to a dude who's self-described Bernie bro, and came in with his questions, and, you know, I per his own admission that, like, it seems that all of everything you've said is self-consistent. I don't see any holes in it, that sort of thing. So, you know, job done. Job done. Somebody was asking questions earlier, and I know I saw it go by just in a second, that somebody had said, like, he's not going to answer your questions right now. He's in the middle of a conversation. It is fucking delish, Cat. It is fucking delish. So I don't know, like, if that person is still here, I don't know what the deal was. But I will happily, oh, no. Rev, that Fresh Faces isn't an ANCAP. That wasn't that guy. That was a different person entirely. No, Fresh Faces is a Bernie bro. He's just trying to get started and get his shit going and that sort of thing. And yeah, apparently Glazy was over on his channel and he was talking about anarchism, and he clearly didn't understand anarchism. And so Glazy was like, dude, I can put you in contact if you want. And so, you know, we had a conversation. And I straightened him out a little bit. You know, fuck it. Dude, people don't know what anarchism is. They don't know what it is. The system and society have taught them one thing, and it's not correct. So, you know, it's on us to fix the problem. Cricks. Wait, hold on. This is the systems are failing us view is one I can strongly agree with, and do believe that this is a very important inflection point in our history. Hey, oh, somebody asked what anarchism is. There you go. There's the stock answer. If you got questions beyond that, that isn't copied from like Wikipedia or some shit. That is written by me, that sort of thing. I'm sorry, Crimson. You know, yeah. That's the answer that I would give you. And in case you're not in chat, like, I don't know, you know, anarchism is a wide river with many streams and tributaries, so you'll find many differing answers, but essentially, and in my opinion, is a collapsing down of unjust hierarchical structures into a hierarchy or a system of organization where the elements of the organization are unranked, and a philosophical challenging of power and authority mechanisms. There is no perfect expression of or utopia of anarchism, because anarchism is not a philosophical or ideological monolith. It's a varied network of ideas, and we much prefer it that way, in the words of Emma Goldman. So, there's your answer, but if you have questions beyond that, feel free to ask them. Maybe it's an effect of the dickweeds in charge of investing and controlling the language. Fuck, I'm blowed. It's not swooed, though. This is nonsense. Yes. What's the view of Moldavian anarchists on the Mongol migration that occurred in Hungary back in the olden days that led to involuntary spreading of their genes and ethnicities is felt to this day? Cat, I have no idea. No fucking clue. But remind me and I'll look into it. Happy to look into it. Alright, yeah. Kind of in the mood. I'm in a conversational mood now from Fresh Faces. See if we can get somebody else on the air. Oh, also, for those of you that pay attention to the info store, there's a rhetoric section now that I'm building out, and I've started the handbook of rhetorical devices today. I think I'm like halfway through my list. So like if you're paying attention to the info store, side note, this is a joke about Transylvania. This shit is wild. All right, fair enough. Oh God, my fucking arm hurts. God, I hurt that fucking tendon today. Oh man, I fucking janked it. Fucking trying to pick that stupid cabinet up. Fuck, that hurts. Anyway, so yeah, I got all the way down to, where'd I get? Epithet and transfer to epithet. Bistrophe, fucking aponolepsis, enumerato, fucking distinctio, diacopa, pseopepsis. Anyway, a bunch of fancy words, but there are like the definition and then examples and multiple examples of those rhetorical devices. And I've, like I said, I'm about halfway through my list. I think I've got like 62 rhetorical devices I'm going to put in there, 62, 63, something like that. Some sense ripped the door off the shed, or I'd have been here an hour ago. Women in my right, says nonsense. I suppose my neighbor has a pool. I don't have a pool on this place. Resolution, saw that in the Discord, looking forward to checking it out. Yeah, it'll be done. It'll be done when I finish it. The list is already done. I just need to I need to do markup and transfer into Discord. It's a whole fucking thing. The institutions, fucking Kai was obviously casting a spell just now. It's this weather. Tech support. The institutions we're currently dependent on to live are crumbling, and we're realizing they were never trustworthy. Here we are building lifeboats of solidarity, trying to earn the same trust that the people the government has squandered. Sound about right? I mean, some of us are trying at least. And then you got people like Haz running around. Dude, he's dude, Cat, did you see Haz's latest psychotic break? He's now he's challenging the laws of thermodynamics. He fucking, dude, yeah. Oh, you're on air? All right. Yeah, he's Haz is challenging the laws of second law of thermodynamics now. Not kidding you.
That dude needs help.
Yeah. He's gone full tilt. It's kind of like it's full on sad at this point. He also took the photo of him and Destiny and tilted it and cropped out the ceiling so they look like they're equal height. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. He's coping so hard. It's fucking ridiculous.
Truly one of the largest casualties of the Ukraine-Russia conflict was losing Haz's last bit of sanity.
The so-called laws of thermodynamics, and the second law in particular, is full of contradictions and inconsistencies. They have also not been reconciled with the findings of modern physics, yet people assume it is dogma and as given. Stop worshipping scientists. Oh. Meanwhile, he's worshipping Lysenko.
Yeah, and he also ascribes the immortal science of Marxism.
Yes. Yeah, his dude has. Yeah, he's not doing well today. He was in Twitter beefs and shit all day.
Has he ever done well?
I mean, he did better than this.
That is true, but
fucking, he's
Jesus
slipping,
Christ.
homie. He's slipping. It's bad. I just and Beast pointed out, he's at the prime age for schizophrenia to manifest.
Okay. Pink Rose asks, "Hi Kai, I have one question. Why do liberals and anarchists back Ukraine?"
Well, I can't answer for liberals. Did you want the anarchist answer? Because there's an imperial force attempting to kill people, and so what you do is you provide food and weapons to the individuals. You notice the anarchists who are doing fundraising and arming and fighting aren't doing so on behalf of the Ukrainian state. That they have their own independent supply lines, and that they're doing their own thing, and they're fighting in community for and with the people. That's what the anarchists do, right? The Russian Empire is attempting to pull a nation state, and so the local people are fighting back, right? You have to be able to separate the nation state from the people themselves. And if you look at a Ukrainian fighting for their life, and you immediately go, "That's a fucking statist," then I don't know what's going on in your head, but you need to realign, you need to, maybe recalibrate your worldview a bit. Because look, I can tell you, having spoken to and lived with and known many people who have fought in things, right? When the shit hits the fan, there's no such thing as Ukraine. There's no such thing as United States. There's no such thing as liberalism. There's no such thing. You fight and die for the dude next to you. That's how it works. That's how every conflict works. When you're actually involved on the ground, boots on the ground, and you're in the fucking trenches, It's your brothers and sisters in the trenches with you that you're fighting and dying for. It's your family that could potentially be shelled by a Russian artillery round that you're fighting for. It's not a concept at that point. It's very much fight and die for your survival. So maybe take your like super fucking privileged, developed nation, I'm not under attack right now worldview, recalibrate it a bit, and understand that that's why the anarchists support it. They don't support Ukraine. If you pay attention to the fucking the anarchists like subreddits and anarchists on Twitter, they don't support Ukraine. There's a fucking 3-arrow logo going around even that's like fuck the state, fuck the how do I say that fucking Nazi brigade in Ukraine?
Azov. It's literally just well, it's Azov, but who gives a fuck?
All right, so fuck Ukraine, fuck Azov, and fuck Russia. Right? Like the 3-arrow logo has literally been repurposed for that. Like the anarchists aren't on the side of Ukraine. They're on the side of Ukrainians. And if you can't understand that Ukrainians are different than Ukraine, then step back, touch grass, reevaluate. That's
Second question from same person, Pink Rose. Where are those white women crying for Palestine?
I can't answer on their behalf, but I can tell you that probably some hypocritical, racist, developed world fucking neoliberal bullshit ideology. Although, to be fair, a lot of them did. Like, not most of them, but a lot of them did. Like, if you've been paying attention, like, within leftist spaces for long enough, dude, fucking how many times do like anarchists and leftists in general get hit with you support terrorists, you support Hezbollah, you support because you support Palestinian fucking right to life, right? We get hit with that shit all the time. So if you haven't been paying close enough attention to notice that in fact a good chunk of those people actually have been shedding tears for the Palestinians, then that's on you.
Yeah, it's yes, America has like a history of like jingoistic like a foreign policy like support, but like it's never gone unchallenged. There's never been a moment where everyone in the country has just been simultaneously on board with like, let's just fucking shell these places to shit and then just fuck off.
Yep.
There's always been counter protests and counterculture, and of course like anarchist resistance.
Yeah.
I'd like to think that anarchists were opposed to the invasion of Iraq.
So again, I take exception, by the way, with the framing of most of your questions. Your implicit biases are showing through with every question. And so maybe sit back the next question that you write, read it really carefully for yourself, because you clearly have an agenda and a bias, and it's showing through blatantly.
They are asking for one more question.
In addition to the one question and then the one question?
Yes. They also wrote somewhere NATO is a joke. Which,
okay.
Fair.
I'm going to...
That's also part of the liberal answer from the earlier question.
Again, yeah, I don't answer on part of liberals. Like Pink Rose, you have a history of conflating many things with liberalism. You seem not to understand liberalism, actually, given the amount of conflation with liberalism you do on a regular. So, like, you're kind of like the leftists that call everything fascism, right? Like, it's like, no, there's not everything's fascist. So, yeah. So, I guess one more question, whatever it is.
Also, side tangent, anarchist tech support, I'm actually pretty disappointed with the Gravel Institute. Like, just broadly. That project seemed promising when it first came around, but it just seems like a legit like disinfo campaign.
Like Kaiser said, I literally have a friend with a Palestinian living in the occupied territory. Okay, well, congratulations. You don't understand liberalism.
Or individualism.
Yeah, that's true. That's fucking dual pronged there. There's a couple of things you don't understand.
Yeah, like individualists historically, and I can say this as a radical individualist, egoist. Egoists and individualists have had problems with liberalism since the founding of the Enlightenment movement and the liberal movements as a whole. Like, one of the biggest critiques that like egoists have of the Enlightenment and modernity as we know it has been pretty much just shitting on liberals for taking away individuality.
It's okay.
English
Pastor.
is Jake today.
Tommy MM got it. Fucking spot on. Liberalism is when Obama, you idiots. 100%. See,
Amazing.
fucking Tommy wins the day. Tommy, congratulations.
That is how you win the server over.
Yes.
As it were.
Liberalism is Obama. Thanks, Obama.
Pink Rose, where's the next question? Because that was just like a statement.
That was people pointing out that you don't understand questions either. That was the next one. There's a few people that like after that said or questions.
Yes.
Alt-righters use the I don't support Ukraine, I support the Ukrainians argument to back Russia's invasion. I mean...
Sure they do.
Okay.
I'm sure they actually fucking believe that. 100%. I'm gonna fucking... Texas.
Yeah,
Texas,
I'm not
please.
even. He's been dropping fucking turds since moment one. I'm not even gonna bother. Fucking go hit up Neil deGrasse Tyson's next fucking stream and you just yell at him angrily about the second law of thermodynamics and save it.
Wait, does he actually stream?
He has done them in the past. Yeah.
Fuck, I'd actually want to catch those. He's kind of a shit, but you know, hey, he's interesting.
He's better than
He's a
Bill
fun
Nye.
dude. Yeah.
Fucking cringe motherfucker. Somebody posted a photo of Bill Nye giving a lecture to their astrophysics class in university, and one of the top questions was, why is Bill Nye giving that why is he there? He's a fucking mechanical engineer.
Right.
Like, why is he giving a lecture in an astrophysics class? Like, what's he talking about? I didn't ever get the answer what he was. I mean, there's fields which mechanical engineering definitely relates to the process of, building tools for the observation of. But I was like, that's odd.
Yeah. Because he can is the right answer, Viva.
It's true.
But
That's true.
what are you gonna do? We are just kind of beating around the bush there.
And a brand, yeah, exactly. Beast Skull, definitely a brand. He definitely has a brand.
Very much so.
God made the Earth round. You're right. I did. Yeah, I did it I did it approximately. I did it a few billion years ago. But yeah, I did. It's actually an oblate spheroid, if you want to be specific about the shape that I gave this planet. Yeah. Oh, I just, why bother, right? You're not going to fucking have a serious point. God made these nuts round. They're not round. Your nuts aren't round.
Yeah, I'd be worried if they were around.
Yeah, they're an egg shape, more closest.
Pilum maleficiarum. You should probably get that checked out.
I wish the Earth was called the
Maleficado.
mono ball. I said nonsense. Viva said, "Did you just pretend to be me again?"
Shit, I don't know. Again, you should probably get that checked out.
Caboose said, "Your nuts can be round with a great deal of effort."
Glazy, you should get them checked out.
Here is your men's health announcement, everyone. If you do possess a pair of testicles, you should feel them after you get out of the shower once a month. Palpate them, roll them around in your fingers. Look for off shapes or growths on the side or particular tenderness. If you experience any of these things, consult a urologist. Testicular cancer is like one of the top killers for young dudes, like 25 to 35 or some shit like that. Takes dudes out, and it's easily catchable. If you catch it early, it's easily dealt with. So there you go.
Okay, memes aside, Glazy, you do actually have to see a doctor.
Yeah, Glazy, if you can't just roll your testicle in your fingers without it being painful, that's you need to see a doctor. That's, yeah, that should not be that way. At the very least, you need a consult. Yeah. Kubu said I just do that every time I masturbate anyway. Hey, that's
Nice.
perfectly fine. The recommendation from urologists is post-shower, so the scrotum actually relaxes and you can get a good feel on them.
Karina going the if they die route.
Fucking Viva said I don't touch my balls. That's gay. Fucking
Little Albanian.
Lil Meyer, what's good, Tony Hawk? I got one today too when I was over at Lowe's. She was like, you remind me of somebody. It's great. I'm getting it in public now too. Fucking.
That's a great one.
Speaking of testicles, anyone seen Jackass Forever? I have. I've seen all the Jackass movies. Dude, I consider the Jackass movies high art. That's a level of like just fucking around with your friends that like, dude, the Jackass in 3D one, dude, those cameras at the time were like millions of dollars worth of camera equipment rolled out, right, to film that movie. And like one of the guys said, like, dude, we had millions of dollars worth of camera gear filming us, like, you know, shove shit in our asses and stuff. It's like, yeah, that's high art at that point. That's transcendent. There's something to that. Karina, because, so what do you care? Karina, because if it metastasizes, that cancer will take you out. It will spread to other parts of your body. Testicular cancer can spread. And
They'll
so
fuck you.
yeah. So why should you care? You should care because the cancer won't stay in the balls. It'll go elsewhere. Like your fucking tits. Okay? Is that some shit you care about? Because you theoretically could get some tit cancer from your ball cancer. So keep an eye on them.
Generally speaking, you know, hot take, very controversial opinion. It's generally good for your health to avoid cancer.
You know,
Crazy, I know.
I will one up Kat's hot take on this. I am anti-cancer.
You're brave.
I know, right?
You're a very brave individual.
I know. A resolution. I love this place. Fucking
We try to make it fun.
Swede just dropped in a fucking link. Apparently,
I've seen it.
the Republicans are like creating a commission of adults who will inspect and analyze the bodies and genitals of trans children wanting to play sports. They are immune from suit under the bill. Government sponsored molestation.
Dude, it's fucking wild.
Oops.
You know, was I the only... You know what? This might be Californian, unironic Californian privilege. But was I the only one that actually, like, from basically elementary to, like, halfway through middle schools, was I the only one that just participated in, like, mixed gender sports?
Yes.
Was that, like, really?
Yeah, I didn't. Mine was
real?
segregated as well. Yeah.
Huh.
Even very young. You know what? My soccer team in Vermont was mixed. Because fucking Sally. Hey, wherever you are in life, Sally, fuck you. Still, to this day, you evil fucking twat. She was tall, like, right, you know, girls hit their growth spurts before boys do. She was tall. She'd run up right behind us and just fucking kick right between our legs from behind and just drop us. Oh, I missed the ball. I went for the ball. Oh, sorry, my bad. Fuck that cunt. She did it so many times.
If you're not cheating, you're not trying. Get fucked.
Yeah, she fucking, fuck you, Sally, wherever you are. I still remember. I was fucking, so many dudes got nut shots from that bitch. So many dudes.
That's amazing. Yeah, Narrator 9000, they're bringing it back.
Yeah, penis inspection day. Dodgeball and kickball aren't fucking, I'm sorry, they're not organized sports. Not in school, at least. You play them, but it's a fucking recess game, right?
Yeah.
It's a fucking game. It's not a sport. Rev, I got nutted once in high school. I told a teacher, and the teacher said verbatim, "What do you want me to do? She's a girl."
I can hear that teacher.
Okay, I'm about to punch a bitch in the tit. Then I'll be right back. Right? Like that's what that's about.
At some point, you just gotta handle your shit.
Yeah. Like, okay, you can't do anything, then I gotta do something to defend myself. Fuck that.
See, the meme even back in them days was like you always had to have at least one like crazy like girlfriend that could just do that shit for you.
Dude, I didn't have them until high school, and then when I got TJ, dude, she was a scrappy bitch. She was the first one. She was the first one to throw down. Like, yeah, homie, keep fucking guy, girl, didn't matter. TJ'd fucking throw fists. Yeah. She wasn't gonna pull hair either. Like, she was gonna fucking like haul off and punch you.
Yeah, fuck it.
Yeah. Some
people are about it.
Between TJ and Amanda, basically I had that shit covered by high school. Oh, caboose. Only time I ever got kicked in the nuts was in 2nd grade when a girl kicked me straight in the balls because she didn't know it hurt guys. Yeah,
you know what? I can 100% believe that. Dude, kids are fucking psychopaths. They have no clue that like other people experience things.
To her credit, she never did it again and apologized. All right, fair enough. Fair enough.
Like I said, I could totally believe it. Kids are fucking mini Hitlers.
Karina said, my first girlfriend would slap my shoulder when laughing, flirting, or mad. My shoulder was always red. She was cute, but bad at communicating. I don't know how I feel about that. She'd be like, bitch, stop hitting my shoulder. Like,
yeah.
Like, stop that.
I guess you know what's funny is that like for me, I've never like, I wouldn't consider myself like touch starved. Like as like child through like late middle school, that I always managed to keep a friend group that was pretty like touchy feely, or at least okay with it.
Dude, chicks like fucking like there was never not somebody touching me.
Yeah.
Like we were, the bros were always fucking drunk and hanging out and hugging and shit like that, and every girl I knew, trust me, there was always somebody touching. That's probably why I'm so fucking like standoffish as an adult. It's like, bitch, get off me. Fucking Rev said my dad got racked in 4th grade, got a hernia and had to have surgery. That's a nut shot and a half. Holy shit. Imagine having hernia surgery. That'd be inguinal hernia. Holy shit, man. That dude. Okay, so the canal that the testicles are actually in, and then they descend finally, that you can push them back up in. That's the hernia we're talking about in that instance.
God damn.
Yeah, dude, that's fucking somebody been like boom. Fucking.
Someone like really got you.
Yeah, that was a fucking nut shot and a half.
Yeah.
Wow. Let's see. I remember Beast said, I remember in high school when one of my female friends tried, caught it with my knees. The look of fear in her eyes was hilarious. Yeah, you get to that point where you can fucking catch them. You're like, we all have that instinct now, I think. That or you just move. Like the feet are real quick on that sort of shit. That you're like, whoo.
The hips shoot back a bit.
Yeah.
You fucking...
Fucking Swede said, imagine being a masculine presenting female who identifies as female and being told it's time we inspect you for appearing too masculine.
Dude, it's like a softer but like worse version of like cis women being disqualified from like sporting events because their testosterone levels are too high because of sport commissions that are afraid of trans women competing.
Chaotica, I'm about to ask you a question. And if you feel free to tell me to fuck right off. What's up, Home Run? Chaotica said post-orchiectomy. That's the snip, boys. Post-orchiectomy challenges to kick me in the sack. Surprise, bros. Now, did you have a radical orchiectomy or a non-radical orchiectomy? Because for those that speak this language, there's a difference. And one of them leaves nerve tissue behind and could theoretically cause similar pain, a pain experience if it was connected with correctly. If you didn't have the radical one, you're a liberal. Maleficarum.
You know, it's funny. I feel like I could make either of them hurt.
I mean, yes, but not in the same way as a traditional nut shot.
Yes, I'm just saying I actually kick. I think I could still get some pain off.
Oh, you're going to get pain, but it's just a matter of getting that, like, in the abdominal pain that you get from a nut shot.
Right.
That's what we're talking about. That's the actual the nervous system connection to the testicles that runs up the inguinal canal. And so a radical orchiectomy actually is two bilateral incisions in the abdomen, and then they go directly into the inguinal canals. They yank up the testicles through the inguinal canal, and they fucking cut way up top.
We're talking about people getting kicked in the dick, by the way, AG Fencer.
Proudly radical orchiectomy.
Oh.
Radio said, "Is this theory or headlines?" Theory. Oh, was it Caboose? Caboose. The worst I ever got was on this weird seesaw-like swing on a playground swing set. It had a bar in the middle, and on a high swing, I fell down on the bar. Full body weight. Those are always the worst.
That'll fuck you.
Yep. I never had the bad luck because I did like competitive inline and stuff, and one of my pairs of skates literally had like metal on the inline, so I could grind essentially anything. I didn't need coping. I could bring my own coping to grinding, and also I could spark off asphalt. It's fucking hilarious. I never had the bad luck to go down on like a pole, on a split or something like that, on a handrail. I never had it happen. Bobby. Well, if we're talking about racking ourselves, I had one bad enough where I peed blood for a week. We'll never forget that pain. What happened, Bobby? That's rough. That's rough.
Yeah.
You always loved grinding, didn't you? Viva, I did. Glazy. I wonder how bad gallstones feel. Bad, but from what I understand, gallstones are lower on the list than fucking kidney stones. Kidney stones are fucking up there. They're bad. Cluster headaches, as I understand it, are like the worst pain a human being can experience. As far as I understand it, at my current level of understanding, cluster headaches are the worst pain experience a human being has to endure. There's nothing beyond that. Like in-field amputations with a fucking saw or fucking, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Cluster headaches are like apparently like just the nervous system itself being lit up, and it's just hell on earth apparently. Narrator said, I went on a drop zone tower at a fair one time. The drop lifted everyone out of their chairs, and when I came down, I landed square on my nut. Still remember that feeling. Oof. Yeah, that's when it, to have a high and tight pair comes into play. If you got the saggy shit going on, if you got the low hangers, dude, that shit'll get under you. You gotta watch out for that shit. You will sit on them.
Also chaotic. I'll still take you up on that bet. I think I can do it.
I think non-radical. I still get surprised nerve pain there, but I've also challenged you to keep me there before transition. Dysphoria, I guess. Yeah, chaotica. If they went in through the scrotum, that's a non-radical. If they went in through the abdomen, that's a radical. So that's how you know if you had a radical orchiectomy, is if they went in through the abdomen or not. Are shrooms good for cluster headaches? There have been a couple of different studies, small n's on them, but they do show promising results actually. Yeah. So I can't, medical advice X, Y, and Z. I can't say yes or no on that one. But the small research studies that have been done on it actually show some really promising results as far as treatment of cluster headaches with psilocybin cubensis goes. Yeah. Shrooms made me quit drugs as a whole, said Glazy. Yeah. I mean, if that's what you were looking for, that'll get the job done. Aspen, I'll snag a ball sliding out of my truck. Hangers are an issue. Oof. Yeah, fire. God. That's my struggle. Fucking, yep. Low hangers, they're a bitch. Gallstone stuck, but I can't imagine they're worse than kidney stones. Yeah. My uncle had kidney stones a bunch of years back. That's what you get for drinking Coke. Fucking drink water, assholes. Fucking, he was popping Percocets with Jameson while sitting in a hot tub, and he was still miserable. Like,
God.
yeah, oh yeah, he was miserable. I saw a fucking photo, Polaroid. I saw a Polaroid my aunt took of one of them. Dude, that shit was dead shit. Did you like a caltrop? Like, you know those spiky things you drop out?
Oh, Jesus
like a caltrop.
Christ.
Yeah, like a caltrop. Like it was in that territory, and it was
Good
not
God.
like microscopic. You're like, that's bigger than a typical dude's urethra. Like, that shit shredded you on the way out, didn't it? Like, holy fuck, man. Yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Viva said, I hate you guys today.
You know?
I wasn't
feel you.
I wasn't looking for it. Just in the trip, I was like, damn, maybe being in control is a good thing. Just Glazy fucked around too hard and found out.
These things happen.
Fucking weasel. Psychedelics are my addiction. Can I just permatrip? But really, 2 years clean. This is just fucking Tokyo drifting that, weasel. But I saw a term today. It's making the rounds. Where did I see this? The Guardian. The Guardian had a fucking, a headline today for parents and parenting under lifestyle. They're entitled to know the world isn't always a safe place. How to talk to your children about the perma-crisis. Yeah.
Where do they find these fucking people?
The perma-crisis. We're normalizing humanity just being a continual state of crisis now. Yep.
Mind you. Kind of base way to look at all this, but, you know.
I would prefer it not to be in the parenting section of The Guardian, though.
Same. I just... It speaks to me on a certain level.
Wait. I have Che, homie. Che. For me, the worst I felt was when the anesthetic wore off partway through the circumcision.
Oh.
Why were you getting an adult circumcision? Did you have phimosis?
Also, did you sue?
What's up, Ancom? Yeah, because that's about the only reason I can see fucking anybody. Like, why were you getting a circumcision, like, where you could remember that shit? Viva said, I got mine at 13 and woke up too. The fuck? Chase said phimosis.
Who are these anesthesians?
Yep. Yeah, this anesthesiologist. Y'all need some fucking new anesthesiologists. That's for goddamn sure. Yeah, phimosis. All right, so that's your parents' fault, Jay. It's your parents' fault. Phimosis is 100% parents' fault. It's easily preventable in children if you teach them how to manage their own equipment. It's only because fucking parents are like weird, icky, fucking hands-off type shit. For those of you who don't know what phimosis is, it's when the foreskin of the penis like basically never gets retracted over the head for so long that it like begins to constrict, and so you can't, and then it becomes a hygienic issue and it can, you know, get infected and all that sort of thing. But if you teach a kid to clean their dick properly and retract the foreskin down the shaft regularly, then phimosis is never an issue. It's just not an issue. So, yeah, that's on your parents. Sorry, but cornflakes. Oh no, it's this Glazy. My cousin's foreskin. Wait, what was that? My cousin's foreskin was too tight, and he had to have a circumcision at about 13. Says narrator. Yep, that's phimosis. Phimosis is the fucking. That's what it is. Weasel said I got circumcised at 5, but my foreskin kept closing up, so it was medically necessary. Can you prevent phimosis with masturbation? It's a little late if you're hitting masturbatory age. Right? I mean, kids play with themselves. That's part of psychosexual development within children. But like regular masturbatory processes, you're a little late. Phimosis usually hits you younger than that. It's part to the prevention of phimosis is generally seen as part of the hygiene cycle. So it should be done when you're showering or bathing. That's when that should be taking place. So parents like should teach their child to retract the foreskin, clean it properly. You know, it's a part of learning to wash yourself, like washing your ass and washing your face and brushing your teeth. But our fucking Judeo-Christian puritanical weirdo fucking society has a just absolute one. They just chop the tips of dicks off randomly, and two, the ones that do have it are so weird about it sometimes that they're like, you know, I don't, teach your kid how to manage their shit, right? Like, we don't come with a user manual, right? Like, you gotta teach the kid. That's the whole point of being a parent, by the way. Like, that's kind of like, that's like 90% of your job in the first few years is like teaching this kid how to wash their own ass, basically, right? It's in that category. Of course, based on how many fucking shit-stained underwear women have told me about with their straight male partners over the years, apparently there's a fair amount of this population in this country that ain't washing their asses properly either. The fuck is going on in this place?
You want to know like
Same fire.
You want to know simultaneously the most hilarious but also most sad like symptom of being in the closet that I've heard of? Fucking guys that refuse to wash their assholes because they're afraid of it feeling good.
Yeah, that's chaotic right now. Is hygiene gay, y'all? No, I've seen that shit. That you don't touch your fucking ass, that's gay. Wash your ass.
See, also, mind you, this is also why like incels by and large are bullshit. You're competing with guys that literally don't wash their assholes. Like, just don't be a psychopath, and you will get laid. Eventually.
Take a fucking bath, brush your fucking teeth, and don't be a psychopath to your partner. Chances are you can get laid pretty easily. Like, also, there's a population density issue. You kind of got to be around somebody to fuck. It's one of those things too. So sorry, rural kids.
Yeah, rurals can kind of just get fucked.
Am I still anti-deodorant? In my sex life, 100%. Yeah, like in like public, right? Like I'm anti-perspirant, 100%. Antiperspirants are a problem. Shutting down the sweating is stupid.
Yeah, I'll bite this bullet too. If you're washing, your sweat just shouldn't smell that bad.
It depends. I've seen some very interesting fluctuations in my own personal smell over the years. Because the bacterial flora is like after the lasering process, like the few days after it, I smell different because they've like massacred the region. Right? Like, there's some interesting, and like dietary changes also change the scent as well.
Yes, of course. I'm just saying that like unless you're like a fucking like a straight up alcoholic or some shit, your sweat just shouldn't smell like that bad most of the time.
Rev said I was about to be offended, but you amended your statement to account for low population density. Yeah, dude, fucking if you live in bumfuck nowhere, it's near impossible to get laid unless you know. Anyway, looking at you, Wales.
If you're eating correctly, you shouldn't stink to bed. Yeah, I should have prefaced that statement with something like that. Like, barring like dietary like bullshit, your sweat just shouldn't like smell that bad.
Oh, narrator. Yeah, bidets are fucking... Dude, I switched to bidets ages ago. I fucking installed 3 bidets in this house. Like, I'm never living in a place without a bidet. I don't blame you. I don't understand Americans. Like, this is... Especially the ones that are like, I don't want to touch my ass. Well, congratulations. Get a bidet and you can still wash your ass.
They'd still find a way to make it gay.
I know, right? And fucking chaotic in my smells, less with estrogen. Yeah, I've noticed a change in my smell as well since I went on TRT as well. Yeah, The testosterone does do shit with that as well, and estrogen is vice versa. Marcus said, I need an antiperspirant. My body thinks it still lives in the Sudanese desert. Wait, North or South Sudan? I sweat if I stand up too fast. Kenzai, yeah, it depends. When I'm doing actual labor in the heat, my sweat is so bad I can smell myself. If I'm just in the heat, not so bad at all. Let's see. Weasel, you gotta wash your hair. If you must, you gotta brush your teeth. If you gotta wash your ass, or else you be funky. You don't even have to wash your hair that much, perfectly honest. Most developed, like, first worlder type people, they wash their hair too much. They strip the natural oils, and that's why you have to use conditioner. You're like, why is my hair so damaged? I have to get a healing conditioner and do a deep oil treatment and shit like that. Yeah, it's because you're fucking killing your hair with your shampoo. That's what's going on there. You don't actually have to wash your hair as much as we do. Let's see. Caboose, I don't sweat unless I'm doing heavy exercise or lying in bed. North Sudan, how dare you? I'm Nubian.
This is amazing.
That's amazing. I wish she was here for it. I wish she was here for it.
I miss Taz.
Oh, that'd be amazing if Taz were here for the fucking North Sudanese conversation.
Yeah, we could unironically just witness a fucking like Arab fucking like argument pop off right in front of us.
Yeah.
It'd be amazing.
Joe, we have some fucking we got some like fucking ethnic infighting going on. You don't. That's the weird thing, said Caboose. I don't sweat when I overheat in bed. I just get hot. Interesting. Narrator, once per week is probably more than enough for hair. Yeah. Kensai, after my last haircut, I stopped using shampoo. Been a month, and mine seems quite fine. Yeah, you go through a period where, like, if you stop shampooing your hair, what you'll notice is that it will get like weird and matty and greasy, and then all of a sudden, like, it will just become normal again. And I don't know what that's about, but yeah, you'll just be like, and all of a sudden my hair is back to being normal without even having to wash it. It's a weird thing. Taz hates her own region, though she recognizes the injustice in some sense.
To be fair, it's not necessarily her own region.
No.
There is an ethnic divide there.
Yeah. Yeah, and it's the North Sudanese government that really gets her going.
Yes. Mainly because they sold out to the Arabs.
Resolution.
Where is Taz? I'm sure you could still catch her hanging in Curio's server here and there.
She around somewhere.
Yeah. I follow her on Twitter. She still posts on there.
Puka, that actually goes away too. That goes away too eventually. It takes a while for some people, but yeah. Dig said I use salt rocks to clean the oil off my scalp if I must, or I go as long as I can before I can't tolerate. Yep. Let's see. Where was it? Kaiser, just wait till we get a Japanese person in stream. Let's see. What do we, okay, I need to collapse that. Holy shit, that's the info store is open. And yeah, looks like the bot's operating again, so Amherst got on that. Fucking.
I actually have no clue where Taz lives currently, Rev. Mostly Europe, but I ain't gonna defend the Nigerian government. Yeah, you better not be defending the Nigerian government.
Track her down. Oh fuck, ACV for oh fuck that. Time to duck. Time to duck said I saw a video that promoted baking powder to cleanse the hair. That could work. And then AC apple cider vinegar for conditioner. Yeah, pass on that.
Yeah, I know people who do baking powder plus just straight up lemon juice.
Yeah. I wanted to mention this. I needed to mention this. For anybody looking to attend Lollapalooza this year, congratulations. If you do go, there is a special headliner. The CEO of Goldman Sachs will be performing as a DJ at this year's Lollapalooza.
That's amazing.
I'm not fucking joking. It's not. This isn't a meme. The CEO of Goldman Sachs is a part-time DJ. and he has bought his way into performing at Lollapalooza. No, some sense it's not a meme. It's real. It's real. It's not. Yeah, a lot of people thought it was a meme. No, that's really going to be happening. The CEO of Goldman Sachs, a bald old white dude who thinks he's a DJ, is going to be performing at Lollapalooza. Yeah. When would he have time? I thought they forced Goldman Sachs employees to work like 16-hour days as a resolution. I know, right? Well, he needs to make a living somehow, says Viva. Dude, yeah, Puka, yeah, this timeline is the fucking weirdest. I mean,
Oh, go ahead.
No, I was just gonna fucking wait. He's not a DJ. I mean, he thinks he is. I haven't heard his sets yet. Is there any? By the way, hold on. I need you to see this. Here he is. This is him.
Oh, sweet Jesus.
Yeah.
Man, I miss DJing. That shit's fun. I see why people would pay just to do it. Can you imagine if this guy somehow had the most fire mixtapes? You know what? To be absolutely fair, most DJing for like a festival is actually one of the easiest things you can fucking do. It's just annoying as shit.
I just want, like, there's all these videos talking about it, but I can't find a set.
I imagine he does it like in his garage or some shit. He just knows.
Oh, I think he does it in his office. I think he's really that annoying. Hold on, look at this picture I just found.
That's a clean little setup, to be fair.
I mean, he's the CEO of Goldman Sachs. He can afford it.
It's not that I'm saying that like he actually has it set up well. This isn't did he set it up himself, or did he spend $1 million paying some consultant to set it up for him? Is my question. I guess we'll find out when he starts fucking actually DJing.
Right? Like, I want to hear one of his sets.
Well, see, here's the thing, Beasticle, is that like most DJs, like, you know what? Here's the meme, and it's gonna fucking ruffle the feathers of like hip hop purists and shit, and like people who are part of like that OG like electronic scene. Most people, and I'm saying like normies here, I'm gonna be pretentious, don't fuck with remixes. They just don't. Yes, you can be like a turntablist and fucking sit there and scratch between the two tracks and channels and shit and add sound effects and reverb.
I'm gonna end up getting a fucking copyright strike and a half. Hold on, I found one.
Oh, this is great.
Oh, this is great.
20-year-olds. It'll be perfectly fine.
Yeah. Oh shit, he's got. Okay. That was okay. So he's got. Okay, so it's always featuring somebody. He does not do.
He actually he'll this is kind of what I'm talking about. This is what a DJ is now. DJing these days is much more about fucking what's it called? Just having decent sound quality and just being able to read a crowd and just kind of type them here and there.
Procedurally generated lyrics. Scenario.
The house long and short of it, Karina, is defined as a genre that typically favors four on the floor house beats going at around 138ish, 128 to 138ish BPM, and typically features mostly electronic instrumentation that kind of just fucking
It's you want to know what house?
I don't know how to describe it.
It's okay. So yeah, it's 4/4 time signature, but as far as I understand, it's 115, 130. But either way, it's the
it's in that general range.
The origins of house music is basically remixed disco. I'm not kidding you.
Yeah, remixed. I mean, that's where hip hop comes from as well.
It's in that category. Yeah. Dubstep is best. No. Oh, you know what? Let's have some fun.
You know what? OG dubstep, I actually really fuck with.
Let's have some fun. Fucking Skrillex is the best dubstep artist.
From a commercial standpoint? Yeah.
I mean, from a commercial standpoint, it's not even close, but I like to just fuck with the music snobs.
You know what? Here's my thing, and this is where people like me and Mitre will clash heads like a motherfucker. If it wasn't called dubstep, y'all would fuck with it. And I'm talking to the music snobs here. If it wasn't called dubstep and you didn't have a preconceived notion of what dubstep actually is, you'd like it. And don't tell me you wouldn't. See, Beasticles is one of these fucking people. Dude, I know these people. I speak their language.
He's just electro pop. Dude, Skrillex actually is super useful. A series of researchers played Skrillex's music, and it actually disrupts mosquito swarms. I'm not kidding you. This is a real fucking phenomenon. If you play Skrillex in a fucking swampy area over speakers, the mosquitoes will fuck off.
Rev, I'll bite the shit out of this bullet, but dubstep was long dead before Skrillex had ever touched it. Dubstep had its heyday around mid 90s and then early 2000s, and then it just fell off just completely fell off. And then Skrillex, ironically enough, breathed life into the genre.
Nonsense said Skrillex, keeping everyone from getting sucked.
So what's special about Skrillex versus other artists? Well, I mean, for one, he did kind of pioneer that sound. Okay. That sound was already kind of there. It existed. There was kind of variations with it. You could get those same type of bass lines with jump up drum and bass, for example, and shit. But what made him special was just the fact that he was unapologetic about just what he was doing. He was here to put out some fucking bangers. If he could cash a check while doing it, he'll do it, and then he'll fucking if people wanted to get on his ass about not being super old school technical kind of artist, then it would just kind of just be hey, look, music's music, go fuck yourself.
Okay, so Caboose, the mosquito thing. All right, so first off, the song that was used was Scary Monsters and Nice Sprites. So there was a specific song that the study used. Foraging, host attacking, and copulation activities of the 80s Egypti exposed to scary monsters and nice sprites. The music entertainment resulted in delayed response times and reduced visitation to hosts. Females that were played the music attacked hosts much later, and blood feeding activity had low occurrence when the music was played. Plus, adult mosquitoes, when they experienced the music, copulated far less than their peers under the music off condition. So... As to the spec, it doesn't go into, they didn't theorize as to what in the music or what the nature of the frequency disruption is that is causing the effect. That will be a night weasel. That will be a subsequent study possibly. But the original study was that they found that it reduced host attack and mating success in dengue vectors. So, yeah. If you want, just put scary monsters and nice sprites on like just an infinite loop on your outdoor speakers, and you'll fuck up the mosquito population.
You know what? If this inadvertently helps bats, I'm fine with it. So chaotic, I'm with you there. I would consider myself more of a drum and bass fan as well. Also, Excision being better than Skrillex is like just kind of basic knowledge.
Skrillex kills the mood, scientifically confirmed. I mean, for mosquitoes at least. Oh man. Oh, and good news. The Ninth Circuit upheld that arresting people for chalking like anti-cop slogans is unconstitutional retaliation. So yeah, writing "fuck the cops" in front of a police station, it's probably not going to hit the Supreme Court. So the Ninth Circuit Court of Appeals is going to fucking hold that one. So if the cops arrest you for writing "fuck the police" outside the police station with chalk on the sidewalk, you're going to have a civil rights lawsuit on your hand in the future. So, I'm just saying, if you want to get paid, if you're down for some hassle and you want to get paid, probably an easy paycheck, frankly. He's an emo kid at heart, so he did Screamo. Is his name Sonny Moore? That's his actual name? I wouldn't know. I wouldn't know. I have a surface level knowledge of like the Skrillex lore, mainly because I like arguing with music nerds about him. That's his fucking Sonny John Moore. I don't understand what people like. I don't understand what people don't like about him. Like, I think it's because he's popular, right? Well, okay, so here's the thing is that, like, dubstep was, like, originally much more tied to dub. There was, like, the reggae association with it. So there was a lot of those, like, very deep, fat, like, 808 style type of basses. It was a lot more chill. All that sort of shit. And then Skrillex just kind of comes in and says, you know what? Let's use more aggressive bass lines, simplify some of the melodies, make it a fuckload louder, and like introduce elements from like other genres and shit, and just sold like 20 million records. Yeah, and then he basically just had a different take on it and I will bite this bullet. White people fucked with a lot more. Got Punk. Oh my God, Got Punk's got a live one on the hook. Got Punk's in a bar right now. He's got a real life fucking Nazi in there. Got Punk said listening to stream and he started. Hello, neo-Nazi. Yeah. What's up? What's up, Nazi? Am I on speaker for fucking Punk? Like dude, what's up, homie? Fucking get on the microphone. Get him some fucking headphones. I want to talk to him. I'd be down to talk with the neo-Nazi right now. Yeah, I'm down. Fucking what's up, homie? What you drinking? Fucking bartender, can you hear me? Get that man another drink. Be great up. And that response is why I love this Punk. It'd be great if he's got me on speaker in there and the bartender's like, what the fuck?
You know what? Actually, I'll bite this bullet, Glazy. People hate Skrillex because he essentially, like, in the public consciousness, moved people away from the original context of dubstep.
But he didn't actually move them, did he? He just the movement was happening. He just capitalized.
Well, he was the one who helped create the sound, and then he just pushed it.
Oh, wait. Everyone can hear us.
Oh, shit. You shouldn't have given me this power, Godfuck.
Oh, man. All right, so everyone can hear us. What do I want to say to a bar in that part of the country?
Slava Ukraina.
Fucking no. Like, you all work too hard for powerful people who don't pay you enough, and you should probably do something about that. Stop fucking listening to rich dudes who don't give a shit about you, and start getting back to the old school good old boy methods and fucking handle some shit if you need to. Power to the workers. Skrillex is to dubstep what ANCAPs are to anarchist. Oof.
I wouldn't even say that because it is still traditionally dubstep. Like, it's the same genre. It's just a very, very different sound. You know what? I'm going to draw this comparison, and people are going to hate me for it, but it's also the most true thing that I'll ever fucking say. Fuck. Just give me a second. I'm just... What's the name of the band? Fuck.
I don't... Dude, Caboose, I don't even understand it. Like, there's a few of those songs that are bops. There's a few of his songs.
Skrillex is to dubstep what Nickelback is to grunge.
Okay, so, like, most people hate him but don't even know why they hate him.
Pretty much, yeah. And even the people that do know why they hate him, they're mostly just being, like, pretentious hipsters.
Interesting. Yeah, like, there's a few of those fucking songs that are bops. Like, there's no way around that.
Yeah.
What do you want?
Dude's making music and making money. Go fuck yourselves. It's not his fault that people like it.
Hey, good on you, guy. Good on you. Good on you. Fucking, what do you buy a shot of? What you drinking now, punk?
Got like a cheap ass Jack and Coke.
Hey, you know, it is what it is, right?
I mean, hey, I won't turn it down.
Gets the job done.
But yeah, the Nazi just bought Punk a fucking shot, nigga.
Fucking, dude, I want to talk to this dude. I really do. It'd be fucking great. You got any Bluetooth headphones on you, punk?
I am a trans leftist radical anarchist Mexican immigrant. Just, you know, so you know what type of crowd you're in.
I'm a good old fashioned white dude who lived in the South amongst God-fearing people. I speak your language, my man.
You know, it's funny is he's not joking about that. Neither of us are joking here.
Dude, I've been saying that for years. Dude, that fucking Civil War race war shit kicks off. Fucking, I can blend. Like, I learned that shit. Fuck.
You know, I'm. You know what? I will bite this bullet. I am kind of salty that I got darker over the years. I really wish that I could be like a Nick Fuentes and like just have the option if I ever needed it.
Fucking Crick says, "Amen, brother." Fuck yeah. Also, I am staunchly pro gun. Fuck the Second Amendment. That shit's God given. We don't need some man-made piece of paper telling us we have the right to defend ourselves. Fuck that shit. Fucking I am for personal tactical nukes. Fucking that is God created man, Colonel Colt made them equal. Preach.
God.
Fucking. Fat boy launchers for everyone. Exactly, Rev. Exactly.
You know, honestly, I don't know if I'm more freaked out by your like southerner like talk or your fucking like sovereign citizen lingo.
Oh, the sovereign citizen fucking. You are impeding on my right to travel. I am not driving. I am traveling, and you are impeding upon that right. I do not condone. Yeah, I love the sovereign citizen one.
It sucks because I'm sympathetic to them.
You want to tell a good old boy from Tennessee they're not a Southerner, Glazy? You go right ahead, New Jersey boy. Fucking, I will stand by how that conversation goes. That'll be fucking hilarious.
I would, yeah.
Fucking
I'd want to watch that.
Glazy out here with a goddamn Jersey accent, fucking telling someone from Tennessee that they're not a Southerner. Oh, that'll go over well. Get off my property, boy. Fucking, yeah. You got a fairy voice, right? I don't think I've heard it. Yeah, I can do the stereotypical gay boy voice too, but I really don't like it. Fucking irritates me. I hate that fucking affectation, and it is an affectation, by the way. That's some learned shit.
To be fair, all of them are.
Fucking. Well, yes, but it's the affectation is more superficial than an accent. The accent becomes ingrained. The affectation is put on.
The fuck?
I can easily bring my Southern Tennessee accent out, says Dig. Yeah. Dude, last night I was fucking late night. Yeah, for the fucking After Dark. Somebody pointed out, they're like, God damn, the Southerners coming out. I'm like, yeah. I get high, I get loose, and good old boy starts coming out. That drawl, yep. Country versus redneck dialect. All affectations are learned. Some more learned than others. I wish I could do a low-key gay boy voice, says Kaiser. I mean, just practice. Dig. For me, it's when I'm really, like, if I'm, like, stoned or I'm angry. If I get really fucking lit up, I turn into a goddamn Southerner. It's fucking crazy.
Funny.
B said, stop doing the drawl. I'm a start. I always pick up accents. Yeah. And you got to remember, if you're going to do a Tennessee accent, you need to lean on the first syllable. I'm from Vermont originally. No, you're from Vermont, right? You're from Tennessee? No, I'm from Tennessee, right? You got to lean on that first syllable. It's one of the giveaways that you're in Tennessee and not somewhere else. So that fucking you hit that first syllable and you lean on it a bit.
Honestly, I'm kind of scared because we haven't heard from God Punk in a minute.
Rev says Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee. We eat at McDonald's? Yep.
God damn.
Yep. Oh yeah, that's just fucking. Let's go get ourselves a fucking. We gotta get ourselves a Big Mac at McDonald's. Fuck it, I get a sweet tea. Can I get a large sweet tea? You got that supersize me? Roll Tide. The fuck Alabama.
Like how you didn't even humor that one.
Fuck Alabama. Let's see. Oh, fucking yeah. Oh, that was the other thing that Haz was doing. I forgot about that one. That was yesterday. He's been on a thing. He did the genes and DNA don't exist. DNA is sorry.
Ruin.
Let me not mischaracterize his argument. Genes don't exist, and DNA is meaningless. There you go. And all of it is Anglo science slop.
Okay, well, you lost me. I was about to say, like, I could get on board with the whole, like, fuck it, genes don't matter, ethnicities are kind of really the only thing that we're really basing this shit off of at the end of the day, but...
No, he invokes Lysenko in it. He literally is doing non-Mendelian genetics. He's doing Lysenkoism. So it's not a sociological argument about ethnicity. It's a scientific argument that genes don't exist and DNA functionally does nothing.
Yeah, he's being insane.
Yeah.
Long and short of it.
Let's see. Speaking of colloquial dialects, said Rev, I gotta wash my wolf in the crick. Something improper conjugation of is. Yep. Fucking up on the roof in the crick. Fucking infrared Ken Ham crossover wins as narrator. Dude, it's common. It's fucking common.
Who's that?
Ken Ham is the fucking the dude who built the Ark. Like the young Earth creationist who believes that we rode dinosaurs and shit. Yeah, that's Ken Ham. Fucking, how the fuck does he keep getting worse on this biology BS, Che? Because he's having a schizophrenic break, it seems like. And Viva said,
Yeah, he's like finally going off the edge.
Viva said, how can genes not exist when I have some on? Let's see. Yes, Rev, Lysenko is the commutators dude. Yes, that is correct. That's Lysenko.
Be right back.
Not more than a flat earth scam. Yep. Marcus, quote, genes can't matter. I got a vasectomy and all it did was change the color of the baby. Has. Oh, God. Oh, Jesus. Economy. Oh, you know what? It's been a second. It's been a fucking second. No, go fuck yourselves. It's been a second. Let's do
We are
this.
living in socialism, whether we want to acknowledge it or not. And we're living in fucking socialism because the primary driving force of our economy is social in nature.
Oh, I mean, we shouldn't make fun of him because he's fucking, like, he's mid schizophrenic break right now. But, like, he brings it on himself. Oh, yeah, the shoulder hair, Viva. Ugh. Yes, he believes that we're living in socialism, period, because our economy is social in nature. Has functionally doesn't understand that socializing and socialism are two separate things. And he claims to be like a Marxist Stalinist, Marxist Leninist Stalinist who has deep philosophical understanding, but he doesn't understand the difference between socialization and socialism. I mean, but yeah, he's also a Lysenkoist. For fuck's sake, he believes you can make potatoes communist. I mean, yeah, he also thinks has he two holes? Has he two holes? Fucking, and he doubled down. That's the terrifying part, Carpe, is he doubled down. His immediate tweet on Twitter after that incident was that women are engaged in an active conspiracy to attempt to make him look bad. I'm not kidding you. That was the craziest part of that. It wasn't that he didn't know that there's, a urethra and a vagina and an anus. It's just, it's not that. It's that he took to Twitter and said, y'all females be crazy making shit up like that. Like, I think it was something along those lines that, like, women be crazy out here making stuff up just to try and make me look bad. Like, he literally doubled down on it's a conspiracy against me to try and make me look bad. It's like, holy fuck, man. Yeah, exactly.
Communism does to a motherfucker.
Fucking narrator. Women are gaslighting me by not letting me see their holes. Oh. Yeah, men like him do that a lot. Gaslighting? Yeah. I mean, I'm not, Puka said, as a cis woman, I can confirm.
He is actually right, you fools.
He's actually correct. There's a global feminist conspiracy against Has. They're just making up. They've been making up a third hole for fucking millennia just in preparation for this day. It's the coming of the Has. Finally, our conspiracy shall pay off. Fuck.
So, Kai, I'm playing Project Zomboid right now. Why the fuck is it so hard to lose weight?
Dude, it's a bitch. It's a bitch. Dude, it's so easy to gain weight in that game, and it's impossible to lose weight.
Hey, did I tell you about the fact that, like, literally on day 12 they shut off the water?
Yeah, you did. I saw it.
I'm fucked. I'm like fucked right now. I'm literally like I'm in Riverside right now, and I'm fucking like
Yep.
What's it called? Like I just went straight to the burbs where we had our other base set up on your server, and I'm just like, well, I guess I gotta clear this fucking place out for literally every can of soda pop I can find.
God damn. I love a resolution said it's the only thing we've agreed upon. And Dig said, I'm a cis woman and I will tell others to withhold holes. Riverside is the easiest spawn tisk tisk. I don't know if it's the easiest, frankly. I don't.
It's the most well-rounded.
It sort of just depends. I have mixed feelings about saying that one spawn or the other is easier or not. It sort of just depends on the character rollout that you do, where in town you end up spawning, some fucking RNG having to do with loot items and zombies. I'm hesitant. I'd be open to arguments.
It's one of the easier ones because, again, the river's there, so if you set up on that side of town, you could have basically an infinite supply of water as long as you got shelter and fire going.
Rev said, quote, "I'm saving my ureter for marriage." God.
Amazing.
Fucking Karina, what movies are we considering tonight? Last week, Wolverine put the whole chat to sleep. Dude, multiple people fell asleep during Wolverine. During the, like...
It's just that bad?
Dude, Hellsing, fucking with Wolverine. Yeah, dude, like, a bunch of us fell asleep, me included. Like, a bunch of us just passed the fuck out. We're like, this movie sucks.
Like, not in a fun way, just bad.
Yeah, it's just a miserable movie. We're just like, what? Huh? I woke up and it was over.
Nice.
Yeah, it was boring. It was boring as fuck. It happens.
And before we have a sleep stream from Kai.
Dude, that's creepy as shit.
I find it funny how many streamers are willing to do it.
Carpe, it was the Helsing movie with Hugh Jackman. That's why we're saying Wolverine. I just refuse to say his name. I just call him Wolverine. It's easier. Fucking yeah, whatever Helsing movie with Hugh Jackman, it's that one. Just literally put a room full of people to sleep. Oh, you watch this. Watch this. I'll fucking rile some people with this. I saw the first Lord of the Rings movie in theaters, and it put me to sleep. I fell asleep during the first Lord of the Rings movie in the theater. Never even bothered rewatching it too, by the way.
You know what? I'll bite this bullet. People fetishize the shit out of basically just making like half-ass D&D like clone campaigns just into movies. Lord of the Rings, The Hobbit, all that shit. It's all trash. It's all just people just trying to fulfill their D&D dreams.
Fucking bunch of rees got mooed, got canceled, got fucking normies out. Marcus said, wait, Van Helsing, the 2004 classic? I will not hear this heresy. And Carpe, yeah. I don't know if it was Kate Beckinsale. I don't fucking know.
I fell asleep to the first Star Wars prequel. Okay, to be fair, that's not a controversial opinion. I mean, everybody hates those prequels.
Dude, I saw the first prequel, and that's when I decided I was done with Star Wars. I'm not kidding you. I haven't consumed any Star Wars media since the first prequel. I saw the Orig Tridge, and I'm good. Right? Like, I'm good. I got the Star Wars I needed out of Star Wars, and I don't need any more Star Wars from Star Wars.
Yeah, give me like give me like the space Nazis with like decent CGI and fucking, you know, some like half-baked like fucking philosophical conundrums, and I'm good. That's all I need. Yeah, I'm chilling.
I'm done. I have not consumed a lick of Star Wars since I saw that first fucking prequel. I was like, yeah, I'm good. I don't need any more of this story. Just like I watched the first series of The Boys on Amazon. It was good. Nothing to write home about, but it was good. And then I stopped, and people were like, season 2. I'm like, yeah, no, I was done at season 1. That story was over for me. Right? Like I like when stories have a beginning, middle, and end. Right? And modern media has a real problem with the whole end part. Looking at you, Japan, by the way.
Yes.
Stories, like, as an idea, stories have a start, an arc, and a finish. But apparently, because we need more money, they're not allowed to have a finish anymore. And so I have taken it upon myself to merely define where I find the end of a story. And I just finish sometimes, and I never go back. Because I don't need any more from that story. That story has been told. The Walking Show is the best. Walking Dead is the best show to ever exist. As Glazy, my vote for the best TV show ever is MASH. That's my argument for the best TV show.
I'm gonna say The Wire.
The Wire is good. The Wire's a good fucking pick. If you're gonna pick a fucking show, The Wire's a good pick, right?
Yeah, that's a heavy hitter.
Yeah, that's a solid pick. Let's see. Ghost Rogue said runs in after hearing the word Star Wars as he knows some of the actors and is totally into Star Wars and former member of the 501st. Sorry, Ghost.
Yeah, we're gonna disappoint you. We're not a Star Wars crowd. Some of us in here are Star Wars fans, but the two people on stream right now, not really.
Fucking Kaiser said, J.R.R. Tolkien volunteered in the Spanish Civil War for the Nationalists.
And that is why he will never be a fucking. How the fuck am I forgetting this? The person who wrote 1984. Holy shit.
Eric Blair, aka George Orwell.
Yeah, I'm not. You know what? I respect that it's Eric Blair, but much in the same way that I refuse to call Stirner by his real name, I refuse to call Orwell by his real name.
You use his nom de plume exclusively.
Yes.
Che said, I've only ever watched the best Star Wars, Spaceballs.
Yeah.
I respect it, Che. I respect it.
You know what? I actually will say, Levelhead, and you know what? This is gonna ruffle feathers. The worst part of the worst part of Star Wars is the movies. A lot of the surrounding lore and shit. That's where the good shit's at. Like the Clone Wars series. That shit's actually pretty decent. I remember watching that as a kid.
Let's see. Fucking all right. Rev's putting up In Living Color. Fucking car accident with Oz. Holy shit, dude. Oz fucking, yeah. All right. That put fucking Carpe, MASH is a solid pick. Yeah, it's fucking, it's up for debate, but I mean, I throw it down with MASH. Fucking Kaiser said, hell yeah, MASH is me and my grandmother's shit. Oh, I bet you fucking, dude, that's gotta be a thing. That's gotta be a thing. Dude, yeah, Kaiser, fucking of Korean descent, right?
I mean, here's my thing, Karina, is that when your setting is like the fucking whole universe, you got an infinite amount of aliens to play with, an infinite amount of cultures and all that fucking shit. You just like that sort of setting's too big for some movies. You just can't properly flesh that out in just like in a couple of movies. It's not possible unless you're like a fucking phenomenal writer. Which I mean, no disrespect to George Lucas, but he just wasn't.
My favorite TV show is watching Parliament, says Nemesis. I miss John Burkow. Order! Order! I miss John Burkow. He was fun. I disagreed with him politically, but he was at least entertaining to watch.
Yeah, he ain't no Chappelle.
Worst part about Star Wars is it's boring as shit.
No, I mean, honestly, a lot of those movies were boring as fuck. With hindsight.
All this universe and damn, the white dudes are in charge. Wow, original. Dude, that's why
white English speaking dudes.
Oh, what was that fucking popped? Sorry, expanded universe. That's caboose. Yeah,
Kaiser, fuck off. Get out of my head.
Yeah, no, that's why the showrunner for Foundation on Apple went to the surviving family members and said, can we change this up? Because it was very much white English speaking dudes everywhere in a, galactic spanning empire.
With literal aliens as participants.
So, like, yeah, they're like, yeah, and to their credit, like the surviving family members were like, that's a good idea. A couple of them are women. They're like, yeah, it's a good idea. So he was like, all right, let's just fucking switch this up and like get some actual representation going here of the human species. And so yeah, they completely, a lot of the fucking primary characters for Foundation got like gender and like ethnicity flipped, and I think it makes the story stronger. I don't, it fucking, I'm sorry. I'm a white dude. I don't need to see 1,000 white dudes on the screen. Can I get something other than me occasionally? Right? Like, even in my own life, I don't date or really fuck white dudes that much. Right? Like, it's like, I'm a white dude. I already got that on the menu. Can I get something else? Like, I don't understand the mentality that it takes to be like, I want only things that look exclusively like me. Like, do you not put salt and pepper on your food then too, you boring, bland, just absolute waste of skin? Jesus Christ, get some flavor in your life, people.
So here's the thing. Nemesis. This is the exact problem. If you're writing a fiction setting, why would you just limit yourself to an all-white cast? Like, that's super fucking boring. That is the most boring shit possible.
One of the reasons I like Vegas is how diverse it is, Dig. Dude, fucking...
One of the few saving graces of that fucking place.
Yeah, it's a shithole. It's a shithole, but holy fuck, we got everybody here. We got that fucking New York syndrome going on. We got everybody here. It's crazy. Fucking... yeah, I love Nemesis. Whoa. Pepper is going a bit too far. It's gonna fucking ease up, killer.
Yeah.
Fucking, and yeah, Caboose has got a solid point. If you're white and you can't relate with a non-white character, you're sheltered as fuck. I would replace sheltered with broken.
Yeah, I'll go straight broken.
Yeah. If you look at another human being and just because they're not a white male like you, and you can't relate to them, dude, you broke.
Yeah.
You just
There's something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Just like on a fundamental level.
Yeah, like there's like therapy broken, right? Like seek help broken. Part of why Wheel of Time is one of my favorite fantasy series. Diverse cast in the original source materials, though it's cisnormative as fuck, says Rev.
I'm not saying to do it, but I'm not gonna get pissed about it. It's what they teach. If they want to do it, it's up to people if they want to watch it. Well, see, here's my thing though. If you like, to be fair, this depends on the story. Like, I'm not gonna get pissed at it, like at an all Japanese, like for example, if a story's set in like feudal Japan, you know, fuck it, you're probably not gonna see too many black people in old school Japan. But you know, fuck it, you probably should because this is fantasy. At the end of the day, it's all writer's choice. But if we're talking about a show that's set place across the globe or set place across the universe,
here's a name check. The Friends TV show set in a coffee shop in New York City. Nobody, just white, cis-normative, heteronormative white people, happy, smiling, apparently very well-to-do, never broke white people in the middle of New York. Sure.
Yeah. Well, see, that's my thing, Karina. It's like the minute you take it away from them, they suddenly understands the arguments. It's like, oh, why don't these black characters have any dreads or any fucking, you know, or any fucking like textured hairstyles and shit? Oh, it wouldn't be accurate for the time. You know, you write some like, you know, black and brown fucking like royalty, and the white people are just peasants, and they're like, this is bullshit. Why, you know, they'll turn it right back around on you without even realizing it.
Marcus, no, I haven't seen The Hogfather, but I'm aware of Pratchett, that it is Pratchett. And I know, Marcus said, I know you love tamales, but I just had a Jamaican patty for the first time in a few years. Holy shit. Dude, Jamaican patties are good.
Jamaican food in general is just great.
Caribbean patties, the goat foot water stew thing, though, is a little iffy. Depends who makes it. It's difficult to cook hooves and not get some really barnyardy flavor in there. It's rough sometimes. But yeah, no, in general, I mean, all the Caribbean food is brilliant, right? That's a great confluence of, you know, indigenous, Spanish, African, you know, like you got a whole bunch of shit moving in through there.
Got a little bit of even the French coming through in there.
Oh God, got Punk said he's an ANCAP.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? I'm just glad that he's not like a fucking like Nat sock. Which, pick your poison.
Oh, and Kaiser said earlier, quote unquote, mayo is spicy, right? One of them. Fucking one of them people.
I've known people that think that pepper's spicy.
Yeah. I mean, I fresh grind the right peppercorns and drop enough in it, and it is spicy.
Well, yeah, but
It'll
I'm talking
blow you
about
out.
people who get like
Yo,
a
I know.
light little dustin.
Oh, you want
Fucking-
white? Gilmore Girls gets that win. Dude, that
Yep.
all I know is that's some like hardcore white girl shit. Gilmore Girls. I've never fucking seen it. Like I just know that it exists, and that like they're probably a pain in the ass. Like
It's like an intellectual thing for you. It's like it's something you can't you don't even grapple with. Just like you know what, they're there. I know that they're there on some intellectual level, but I refuse to subject myself to that experience.
yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. Fucking Gilmore
Okay.
Girls. Seinfeld's also noticeably white for New York. Yes, and Sex in the City. Yep. Although they do have a redhead, so.
We're reaching for that level of representation. We're just happy that they're not all Anglos.
Fucking, there's a redhead. I mean, does that count?
We have an Italian.
Hey. Fucking Kaiser. Redhead? Fucking, you mentioned redheads and Kaiser just fucking, huh? What? Huh? Kaiser, down. Cold shower. Kaiser, cold shower. It's not your redhead. You don't need to put I'd say put the condoms away, but I have this weird feeling that that's not in play. So, cold shower. Wait, and a Jewish guy too, right? Yeah, exactly, Dick.
Oh shit.
See, there's shades of white. Fucking all you people of color. We got some swarthy whites. We've got some curly-haired whites. We've got some red-headed whites. See? Representation.
Yeah. All we're missing there is just the Slavic way, and you got the whole range of colors.
Yeah. Even Germans. Exactly, narrator. Wait, I'm Italian. Am I different? Glazy, it depends on the time period. Once upon a time, you weren't white, homie.
And in Europe, you're still kind of not.
Yeah. Hallway white, beige.
I mean, fuck. I know Italians here in the States that would still like die on the hill that they're not white.
I don't know, Viva. I don't know. Caboose said, woo, half Irish. I'm mixed race, says Caboose.
Oh, buddy.
Oh, Caboose.
See, this is why you stream, Kai.
It is, too. That's great. No, Nemesis, they count. Somehow they count. They count. Oh, God. I mean, tell somebody from like, fucking what? Liberia or some shit, right? That they're the same as somebody from Sudan. I mean, you got some fights going on, right? You got to get some bloodshed going on.
You get a Mexican and a fucking and a Cuban and a fucking Salvadorian mixed up, and you'll fucking you got some problems on your hand.
Yeah, fucking. I mean, technically, you want to play it. Yeah, it is mixed. It's how you start a war, Kai. I know. It's how you start a fucking war. Fucking, Kaiser said, "I am pure-blooded German, Hungarian, Korean."
I mean, to be fair, two of those are Asian.
Maleficarium said, and I 100% agree. Abolish diverse casting and replace all characters with Danny Trejo.
That would be fucking hilarious for some shows.
Dude, especially if you did like a Parent Trap, Lindsay Lohan, where he's just playing all the characters, right? Like he's just everything is Danny Trejo, but sometimes it's Danny Trejo in like a red wig. Sometimes it's Danny Trejo sitting there like in a leather-bound chair, smoking a pipe, talking to his wife, and then it's back to Danny Trejo in the kitchen in a dress and a red wig, and then it's like Danny Trejo dressed up like a stereotypical little kid running down the stairs, Daddy, puppy. Fucking like it'd be great.
You know what's funny is I feel like some of those you could still make it work.
Being Danny Trejovic. Fucking what's up, Ms. Anita? Danny Trejo is Forrest Gump. Would it be racist if we deep faked Danny Trejo into Nutty Professor? Nah, because you're doing a person of color for a person of color. I think that's fair, right? Like,
I have no clue.
If you
I don't know the min max.
If you I don't know. Yeah, what's the min max on fucking deep faking races? If you did a deep fake on Nutty Professor and you replaced them all with like, I don't know, David Schwimmer, now you have an issue. But I think deep faking Danny Trejo into everything, I think you're fine. Narrator said, "Oh, thanks for the follow, Miss Anita. I have a bad movie suggestion. Have you heard of Clifford, the movie with Martin Short?" I have heard of it. I haven't seen it, so I don't know how bad it is and if it's the right kind of bad. But I've heard of it. I know it exists. The Trejo cinematic universe, says Maleficarum. I am down for the Danny Trejo cinematic universe. I'm down for that shit.
Yeah, I could get down with that.
Marcus said, "Okay, that reminds me. I made a hot or not tier list of African kings and dictators, but I repeat myself. I got to send that to you for some after dark stream." African kings and dictators, but I repeat myself. Yeah, send it to me, Marcus. I've already said, anybody makes tier lists, I will do them on the After Dark series, especially if you know, like dictators and revolutionaries, African kings, shit that I probably shouldn't be doing that'll get me hashtag canceled. I'm in for it. Dude, I'm still getting like comments and shit from people for fucking putting Trump and fucking Che on the same line. I'm not kidding you.
Like on the fucking YouTube?
Yeah. There's still people fucking yelling at me.
You know what? I support every one of them.
Yeah.
You fucked up.
It's engagement, dude. I know how to play. Dude, that's my Destiny N-word grift. I'm just gonna keep
N-word manifesto.
Yeah, that's my N-word manifesto. Donald Trump, a young Donald Trump, and a middle-aged Che Guevara are equal in hotness.
Like they're 100%. Fucking what's it called? Oh shit. You know what? Never mind. Brain damage is a bitch, kids. Don't do drugs in high school. And then, go into combat sports while doing said drugs.
Caboose. Yes. Marcus, I will do one for every continent. Worry not. I won't rest until you can never go abroad again.
To be fair, if countries' governments start getting a hold of Kai's stream, there aren't a lot of places you could go.
Let's see. I have a 93-person right-wing commentators tier list, says Maleficarum. Send it. Dude, yeah, Maleficarum, send it. One. Because I'm doing them hot or not. That's how I'm doing them. I don't give a shit about these people's politics or anything like that. We're literally doing just like bitchy gay boy version of Kai, right? Based on the picture on the tier list. It's what you give me is how I'm going to rate them. And it's completely reductionist and objectifying and ableist. I just lean into it. I'm like, yeah, that motherfucker ugly. So, bottom of the list. Ceausescu was number 1 on my list. Young Ceausescu, and then fucking Lenin. Jesus Christ, Lenin was the bottom. That was the spectrum. Young Ceausescu to fucking Lenin. Night, Puka. Take care of yourself.
Oh, that was Romanian. Send an Albanian to me for a second.
Oh, that might raise issues. Then the pics of Ben Garrison and Stone Toss are of their comics, not of their faces. Then I'll have to pull a picture. Dude, Beast the pig. Dude, it was rough. It was fucking rough. dude, fucking Lenin, dude, holy shit, man. It was, let me see if I have, all right, so here's the video. Yeah, I can find it. Hold on, give me one sec here. We'll fucking throw it up for you guys to see. This is what we're talking about here. All right, so, let's see. There's Ceausescu. Trump made it down to 5, by the way. I just temporarily threw him at 7 just to really fuck with people. Fucking Ceausescu made it to number 10. And let me see if I can't find you fucking Lenin here. There's Lenin. There's fucking Lenin. It's just rough, man. It's just fucking rough. Ceausescu, Lenin.
God damn.
He was dog shit ugly. There's no way around that one. Lenin was goddamn.
He also looked better bald.
Fucking, let's see. Hang on. The final list was, let's see. All right. And here we go. See if we can't get a run through this list. All right, so there you go. There's the list. This is how it stood when we were all done, all said and done. Fucking,
Young Stalin is a looker.
All right, moving down the list. Oh, there we go. And moving further down. There we go. There's level 5. This is that's the level that keeps getting me in trouble.
Again, I support them. You fucked up.
I maintain I did not fuck up. Steven Seagal, love Steven Seagal.
Just there.
Yeah, and Putin, look at fucking Putin's ugly ass, fucking McBoyle looking face. Fucking,
It's so funny how Putin has like the most stereotypical Russian face you could ever think of.
Yeah, there you go. Fucking, and then the reason that fucking that's Kim Jong Un and Assad in number 1 slots there. The reason that they're in number 1 is because they're in fucking high school in those photos.
God.
Yeah, and fucking Amherst trying to fucking set me up. Fucking, that's what that shit was.
Fuck.
Yeah, they're in fucking high school photos in that one.
Almost caught you lacking.
I was like, wait a second, when were these photos taken? Yeah. Fucking high school. Jackass. Rev said, God damn it, my ex is texting me ILY messages directed towards the
I love
kids.
you. I love you. That's
Okay. I love you messages directed towards the kid. I'm not especially comfortable with that. Yeah, I told her to knock it the fuck off.
Yeah, everybody has a phone. Your kid should have a phone, right?
Dictator jailbait. Well, it was. It's fucking dictator jailbait. I was like, fuck you, man. This some bullshit. Trying to set me up.
Rev, that's weird. You got to shut that shit down now.
Let's see. Let's refresh this. Oh, geez. Another fucking... Yeah, that one's getting views.
E-Composer's telling you to drink some fucking water.
Yeah, fair enough.
You know, as a matter of fact, I'll do it. I'll do it with you.
Where did I rank Justin Trudeau? Justin Trudeau's not a fucking dictator. Nor is he a revolutionary, even though he is Castro's son. I love leaning into that conspiracy.
Want to know something that depresses me the other day?
What?
Apparently there are people that are of the impression that Castro was like always a revolutionary Marxist-Leninist, like from day one.
I mean,
and of course these are MLs saying this.
I was about to ask him, like, is this MLs? Because,
yes, these are MLs saying this.
Yeah, of course they are. I would have agreed upon the enactment of the Emergencies Act. Fucking, that's hilarious. All right, one, yeah, it's authoritarian overreach, but two, as an American,
That ain't shit, son.
Yeah, like you fucking. Do you know how many?
Your mother-
We're in a constant state of national emergency here. You realize like our national emergency clause has been enacted continuously since like '89 or some shit like that, right? Like that just, homie. Also, like in the grand scheme of dictators, that doesn't even rank. Let me know when he starts rounding you up for criticizing him and putting you on the wall. Well, you know what? Tell your descendants to let me know. Fucking, it just, I mean, come on, take it down a notch.
I'm just saying that I don't. Y'all police just don't execute y'all enough to really like the way that ours do.
Yeah, you don't even count. You don't even count. Now, see, what I want to know is, did he possess absolute power?
Yeah, like what? Like, cause here's the thing, cause here's why he fucking put that Emergencies Act in place. It's because his police refused to cooperate with him. That's not really dictatorial shit.
I want to know if he possessed absolute power by using that act. Because if he did, then we can have a conversation. Otherwise, holy hyperbole, Batman. It has, okay, so there's specific definitions attached. It isn't absolute power. It is a temporary and an additional power. The act,
Nemesis for anarchists.
The act requires consultation with provinces and territories. He has to file for continuations on it. It has to be, the House of Commons and the Senate have to vote on the motion. There's inquiries held. This isn't absolute power. This isn't what a dictator is. You're abusing the word of dictator, is what you're doing.
There's liberal checks and balances going on here.
Yeah, like you're abusing the word dictator, and for people who fucking have lived under dictators, it's kind of an insult. It's not kind of, it is an insult. For people who've lived under actual dictatorships, it's kind of bullshit, man.
Fucking Canada, Nemesis, relax.
Yeah.
And it was done over trucker protests that they couldn't shut down because, again, the police refused to cooperate.
Yeah, that's some fucking dictator power, right? Fucking his own police force won't do what he wants.
Yeah, they won't break up a protest.
Yeah. So no, so Trudeau was not on my list of dictators and revolutionaries. No. Fucking ridiculous. All right, we need to figure out movies, I think. And then let's see. I need to refresh all that shit. Jesus Christ.
I like that little comb over you got going on.
Yeah, the little fucking sweep thing. Fucking the sides are shaved, so I wanted to see what I could do with it.
I want to see you with the fade one of these days, like a proper fade.
I'm like, what does a proper fade look like? And yeah, I don't know if I could do that myself. Holy shit.
No. I'm saying like head to the barbershop, black barbershop, obviously, if I can get it done.
The only barbershop I have close to me is Asian. Remember, we are an Asian town.
Yes, I know. I'm just.
Fuck it, we're doing with that. Either way, we're gonna right over to the drooler. If you're joining us for Bad Movie Night, I'll see you on the Discord server. Otherwise, thanks for hanging out. And yeah, it's been a week. First week of Probably Radical After Darks. They went down well. The fucking new segments seem to be doing decently on YouTube as well, as far as like, you know, nobody watches my fucking YouTube channel that much anyway, except the regulars, but they're getting more views than the Twitch streams and shit like that. So
Like and share the stream, by the way.
So yeah. Cause say here, so it's not creepy. Anyone else love Drooler's voices based? You know, okay. Trudeau literally confiscated my grandparents' maple syrup plantation and had them executed by hockey puck to the head. He's full on dictator, said Maleficarum. See, that'd be an argument then, at least, right? Fucking Nemesis. Like, we'll fucking take a page out of Maleficarum's book, right? Like, you don't even have grandparents who were executed by hockey puck to the head by Trudeau? Jeez. Fucking. Anyway. Yeah. Anyway, changes keep coming. New segments. Depressingly, the Megan Rondini story is getting the video is getting traction, which is just a depressing story. But motion plays. Either way, see you guys later. See you over on voice chat. Peace.